side of the field, just on the 45-metre line, and Mayo are in a line, hands around their shoulders on their own 45, with their backs to the Davin stand. And now we're about to get the Artane band ready and tuned to bring us our own Naveen. Well, that's one thing we've missed, that roar, that Mayo roar is back, and it's louder than ever here. There may only be 24,000, but it's a wonderful atmosphere for this big game. It's Saturday, August 14th. You're listening to Midwest Radio, live commentary of the All-Ireland Senior Football Semi-Final. Mayo looking to stop the Dubs, live here on Midwest Sports with thanks to Connolly's Irish Pub. It's Mayo who are going to be defending the Davin stand goal. Dublin will be defending the Hill 16. He looks left, he looks right, and he throws up the size 5 O'Neill's football, and we are away, and it's Dublin who win possession from the throw-in, just like they did last year in the final, looking to launch one into that full forward line, into the danger man if they can, as Conor Callan got a goal last year's Kieran Kilkenny, who was fouled on that occasion, and straight away it's
very deliberate tactic from Dublin. They won the throw-in from the break. They lobbed the ball high into the inside line. Stephen Cohen went up for it, dropped it in front of him. Ball was gobbled up by, I think it was Kieran Kilkenny, fouled in the process, and now Dean Rock kicks over the first score.
Inside the first 40 seconds, Dublin have their first score. It's a Dean Rock free, and as Martin alluded to, it's a deliberate start. Send in the ball early. Last year, after 13 seconds, Dublin got a goal, which was a real sucker punch. But from the Mayo kick-out, Dublin win it through Brian Howard, just underneath us in the Hogan stand, 45 metres out. Plays it to Paddy Small, and Paddy gives it back to Brian Howard once more. Howard gives it into the centre towards Niall Scully. Scully to Fenton. They're moving it around there. Kieran Kilkenny looked as if perhaps he picks off the ground. Referee doesn't see it that way. It's still Dublin possession. They're between the 13-metre line and the end line. Michael Plunkett trying to hold up Kieran Kilkenny over there in that Cusack stand side. He's forced to play it out, and they switch it over now towards Michael Fitzsimons from Coola, just entering in to the Mayo 45-metre line, looking for a different option, a different avenue. They find Paddy Small out in front of his man, on this occasion Owen McLaughlin.
Yeah, what you have actually at the moment, you have 13 Mayo players inside their own 45-metre line. There's a huge gap up to Ryan O'Donoghue and Aidan O'Shea at the far side of the field. Mayo are deliberately flooding their backline in the hope of preventing Dublin from building scores.
They're looking to build one here. It's a big effort, and that one is gone wide.
Yeah, that's good defending by Mayo, and it's frustrating Dublin. And Robbie Henley now comes with a quick kick out.
Yeah, quick kick out from Robbie Henley to find Kevin McLaughlin, who had a huge impact off the bench here a few weeks ago against Galway. It's now with Matthew Ruan. The Brafey man has had a tremendous campaign, one of our most consistent performers. It's now with Paddy Durkin, and Mayo just springing around inside their own half as Pádraig O'Hora from Ballina Stephenites. Great to see him on the field. There was some doubt last week whether he had fully recovered from that knock he sustained against Galway, but he's here, hale and hearty, as Mayo now looking to go on their first meaningful attack as Lee Keegan enters into the Dublin half, gives a short hand pass to Kevin McLaughlin to Diarmuid O'Connor. He's 45 metres out from the Dublin goal, gives it to the bullet from Belmullet, Ryan O'Donoghue, and a big hit went in there as well.
That's a big hit on Tommy Conroy actually.
Yeah, and it's a free out in for Mayo, just outside the 45-metre line.
Yes, one of those passes actually. There's a smell of ether on it, like you get killed with it. But the referee's taking a serious view of it, and he's given a yellow card at a very early stage actually to Dean Rock. Yeah. That's an early, after 3 minutes or so, that's very early to get it. But it was a frontal charge, it was a foul charge, and now I think Stephen Cohen is going to kind of worry him verbally and in other ways for the rest of the game.
Diarmuid O'Connor is going to take this one. It doesn't have the accuracy or the distance. It drops short, and back there to pick up the pieces is Johnny Cooper, but Ryan O'Donoghue not giving up, and Mayo may have it back. They do. There's a lot of bodies around there. Conor Lane's having a good look. It's still with Mayo. It's Tommy Conroy who wins it, and they've won the free in. Great play from Tommy Conroy, but great tenacity from Ryan O'Donoghue.
Great tenacity from Ryan O'Donoghue. Now has a free kick, actually about 10 metres in from the sideline, in front of the old kind of Nally stand, listeners. He's going to take it from his hands. He's kind of putting the foot into the ground. He's looking at the goals. Last one from Diarmuid, actually, from about the 45 metre line, was struck short, and Mayo were playing into the face of quite a wind.
Yeah, it is quite a wind as Ryan O'Donoghue kicking into the hill. It's close, but it's not going to make it. It's gone to the right and wide. The first wide for Mayo.
First wide for Mayo. I thought it was going to Corlane, actually. The man should have been well used to taking free kicks down in Belmulloch last week, because last Saturday night it was very, very windy down there.
It really was. And it's as you are on the scoreboard. Dublin leading Mayo by a point to no score. 4.5 minutes gone. Good play there from Tommy Conroy. He certainly seems to be up for it, to help Mayo winning that possession play. Conor Loftus now gives it to Paddy Durkin, racing through 35 metres out. 2 Dublin players around him. Needs support. Gets it from Kevin McLaughlin, trying to go around to see is there a better option. There is. It's now with Matthew Ruan. He's over on that Cusack stand side between the 45 metre line and the 21 metre line. Standing in his way is John Small. He's looking for options. Gives it to Kevin McLaughlin. McLaughlin about 35 metres out from that Dublin goal, and looked as if he'd been fouled, but Conor Lane has given the free out.
Yeah, I thought Conor Lane, actually, I thought Kevin McLaughlin was held that time as he's going through about 35 metres out on the Cusack stand side of the ground, but Conor Lane saw it as overcarrying. I think it was a harsh call.
Dublin get the gears in motion. They play it down that Cusack stand side towards Paddy Small. Quick ball into Con O'Callaghan. Quick hands from Con to find Kieran Kilkenny coming through, and Kieran Kilkenny puts it over the bar and doubles Dublin's advantage to lead 2 points to no score after 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, very simple from that free kick. Ball worked on along the Cusack stand side of the ground. Kilkenny got the ball, didn't take his man on, just got onto his left foot and struck simply over the bar, out in front of his man being actually Pádraig O'Hora.
Robbie Hindley, kick out, just kept in by Conor Loftus. Good play from Loftus. Gets support from Michael Plunkett, and down the line now it is towards Stephen Cohn, who's been wrestled and hassled and harried there by Con O'Callaghan. Looked like it was a free. Conor Lane said no, you'll have to work hard for a free today, but Matthew Ruan does very well to win possession back now for Mayo. He's underneath the Hogan stand side. Looked as if he'd been pushed out, but no, it's going to be a sideline ball for Dublin. We're not getting anything soft here.
No, not getting anything soft, but neither Dublin get anything soft. Actually, there's great tackling from both sides, great tenacity from both sides, and again the game is very structured so far from both sides' point of view. Very, very patient when in possession, and Dublin have been slightly a little bit more direct than Mayo. Again, I'd love to have seen maybe Aidan O'Shea a little bit of early ball. He hasn't touched the ball yet with 6-7 minutes gone, but I notice now he's come out around the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's come out around the middle of the field now as Dublin playing it forward. So about 30 metres out from that Mayo goal as Dean Rock looks to make space for himself and make room, and that one is gone up and over the bar. That's a fine score from Dean Rock, his second, his first from play.
Yeah, his second, his first from play, and again just nibbling away on the score, but 3 points up. You know, Mayo with a couple of attacks they've had to be put under a lot of pressure, but Dublin are just getting the ball that little bit simpler in their forward line. It's
Dublin leading Mayo 3 points to no score, 7 minutes gone. Mayo now from their own kick out looking to build with Kevin McLaughlin. Just pass the ball forward towards Conor Loftus. Loftus done well to be out in front of Johnny Cooper. Loftus, he's 45 metres out now from that Dublin goal. He's taking it forward, just looking for options. Gives it to Ryan O'Donoghue. Ryan does a quick 1-2 with Diarmuid.
Yeah, we talked about earlier about Mayo having players behind the ball. Dublin have 14 players inside the 45 metre line.
Paddy Durkin on the 45 metre line looking to get Mayo's opening score. It drops short into the hands of Evan Comerford, and just get the sense, Martin, that Mayo sooner rather than later should get a score on the board.
Yeah, what you notice actually at the moment is that ball dropped short, basically playing into the wind. I think it's causing a little bit of a problem, but maybe it was the wrong option to take, a little bit too far from goals actually for Paddy Durkin that time. Should have possibly worked it in that bit closer.
Cormac Costello from Whitehall Columkill Club. He scored 328 in 3 league games, prolific scorer. he can certainly cause plenty of damage, as one is played in now to Conor Callaghan, the Coola man, another man that can cause plenty of damage. Back now with Dean Rock, 3 Mayo men around him. He's on the 21 metre line. He gets support from Kieran Kilkenny. It's still there with Dublin. Mayo have the bodies. Pádraig O'Hora is there trying to fin them out, and he's Conor Callaghan in possession, and he's out on the 45 metre line now.
Those early moments in the game, Dublin are dictating actually the trend of this game so far. They're using the ball very well, they're holding it up very well, and when the opportunity arises, they're letting it long.
No better team in the country with control management than the 7 in a row chasing Dubs. They're the leaders at it, as Dublin in possession just below us here now on the Hogan stand, as Brian Howard from Raheny sprays it into the centre towards Davy Byrne, and Davy switches now over to the Cusack stand side. Yeah,
they've gone from one wing to the other wing, and now a lovely pass inside.
There could be a moment here as Dublin looking to fist this one over the bar. They do, and that's 4 points to no score. And on that occasion it was Conor Callaghan with his first of the day.
Yeah, they're just dictating the trend of the game, they're dictating how the tempo of the game, and they're just very much on top.
It's Dublin 4 points, Mayo no score. We've played 9.5 minutes from the restart now. Mayo looking to build with Lee Keegan. Diarmuid O'Connor now just taking it forward, gives it to Owen McLaughlin, the man from Westport, son of a Donegal man, a real talent. As Kevin McLaughlin now gives it to Michael Plunkett. He's 45 metres out. Plunkett looking to launch one into the full forward line towards Aidan O'Shea. He wins it a bit away from goal though. He turns off his left boot. Aidan O'Shea, and that one isn't going to make it. It's a second wide for Mayo.
Yeah, that's a bad wide for Mayo actually. Lovely ball in Aidan that time. He sidestepped this man, got inside him on the Hill 16 side of the ground, but went with his left foot, and again a disappointing return.
Well, after 10 minutes it's been all about Dublin. They have been the team that's controlled possession. They're controlling the scoreboard. They're leading 4 points to no score.
Yeah, Mayo haven't got into the game at all. They haven't established their foothold at all around the middle. Dublin are playing a style of football maybe, or a way of football that's different from before. It's more patient, it's less direct, but playing from wing to wing, but certainly causing Mayo an awful lot of trouble.
As Paddy Small there was spinning away, but great tackle from, as Mayo win it back just underneath the Cusack stand. Tremendous stuff from Paddy Durkin it was, and also Kevin McLaughlin got involved, but Paddy wins the free, and Mayo now take it quickly and looking to move it forward. They need to get a score now to settle the nerves, to get their way back into this game, as Matthew Ruan has it now. The 24-year-old works in Coca-Cola and Ballina. So too does the Mayo manager. There's a 1-2 with Pádraig O'Hora. Matthew Ruan's effort is high. It's into the hill. It's over the bar from Matthew Ruan, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
That's what the doctor ordered indeed. That's Mayo's opening score, 11 minutes gone. And again, took it from about 40 metres out. Started the move, took the final pass, and again struck a beautiful ball. The kick out from Dublin, very, very, very well worked out. A long ball into James McCarthy, and now Dublin attacking again.
Dublin attacking again now. Quick ball played inside to Cormac Costello. Costello trying to dance one way, dance the other. Paddy Durkin doing a good job to hold him up, and the ball has dropped short in the hands of Robbie Hindley. Good play from Paddy to try and put off Cormac Costello,
and he did it very well. He half blocked the shot, came into Robbie Hindley's hands, and Robbie now has started a counter attack, and this man, Owen McLaughlin's great pace.
Absolutely, the cycling champion once wore the polka dot jersey, now wearing the green and red jersey. It's now with Ryan O'Donoghue, 21 metres out from that Dublin goal, dances past Merchant, trying to go past Mick Fitzsimons as well. It's still O'Donoghue, but he's been dispossessed. 3 Dublin men came around him, and the Blues have it now coming out of their own half.
Yeah, the Blues, seriously, that was a very good bit of tackling by Dublin. 3 players got around him. Brian maybe could have let the ball go after beating the first man, but 2 others gobbled them up very quickly for breakfast, and now they're counter attacking on the Cusack stand side of the ground.
Yeah, with Davy Byrne, the 27-year-old who has 7 All-Ireland senior medals from Niamh Olaf. Now it's with Brian Finton in the middle of the park, just trying to go past the challenge of Conor Loftus.
Yeah, Conor seems to be given the responsibility of looking after Brian Fenton. I thought it might have been Diarmuid O'Connor. Diarmuid O'Connor did it at the outset, at the throw-in and that, but it is Conor now who's actually tracking Fenton. And Fenton, in fairness, hasn't been the influence that we would have expected him to be. But nonetheless, the man's qualities will come sooner rather than later.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He is a real talent. So he is the twice footballer of the year. Trevor Giles, the only other footballer to have won the accolade twice. That'll tell you something. He's in good company up there. James McCarthy now in possession for Dublin. They lead Mayo by 3 points with 13 and a half minutes played. As it's Johnny Cooper now.
It's so cagey though, listeners. It is so cagey. Mayo have everybody bar Ryan O'Donoghue back in their own half of the field. In fact, most of the players are back inside their own 45 metre line, and it's just cagey. It's so deliberate, it's so patient from Dublin. And from Mayo then, when they get the ball, it's very difficult to have men up front, to have men to actually play the ball to, so they have to keep the game short.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Well, John Small looked like to be a high challenge there on Jeremy O'Connor, but referee didn't do anything about it, and Dublin still have possession now with Brian Howard. And as Martin was saying, it is very patient, very deliberate play from Dublin, controlled as Johnny Cooper finds an opening and finds his man, Davy Byrne. Davy gives it back to the shooter, and the shooter does what the shooter does well. That's Kilkenny, puts it over the bar.
Very patient play from Dublin, very good play from Dublin. Kilkenny eventually just had that bit of space, ball delivered to him immediately, and a very good score.
That's his second point of the evening. Kieran Kilkenny. It's Dublin 5-1 ahead with 15 minutes on the clock.
15 minutes on the clock, yeah, and deservedly ahead. They have been the better team. Mayo are kind of finding it very difficult to just get a sufficient possession to play it through to the danger men.
Conor Loftus, great quick ball into Ryan O'Donoghue, claims his mark out in front of his man every time.
Yeah, such a player. I mean, all pistons and levers, the little bucking from Belmullet, going all the time. And again, he has an opportunity, a big opportunity for him to go for another score. And good score from O'Donoghue.
A wonderful score. The former schoolboy soccer international and a former Connacht champion boxer as well. He was once 33 kg in 2010 to win a Connacht title. He's a little bit more than that now, but there's no questioning the fire in his belly.
Well, at 33 kg, you could have a Christmas dinner, I'd say.
As the restart from Evan Comerford goes straight down the middle, finds his man, and Dublin now with Paddy Small looking to spray it into the centre. It's Dublin ahead by 3, 5-2. We've played 16 minutes on the clock. It's switched over to Cusack stand side now towards Dean Rock, already on a yellow card, launching it in towards Kieran Kilkenny, having a good jostle there with Pádraig O'Hora. It's fallen kindly back there for Paddy Durkin, has work to do, does very well, gives it short to Michael Plunkett. Now Mayo building, gives it short to Lee Keegan looking for a body in front of their man, and that's Tommy Conroy. He turns Johnny Cooper. Entering into the Dublin half is Tommy. 2 Dublin around him. Johnny Cooper fouls him. Mayo win the free. I see Conor Lane is taking out his notebook. He just make a note of that for future reference.
Yes, good to see Tommy Conroy got into it. Ryan O'Donoghue there unfortunately lost the ball to Owen Murchan.
Yes, Dublin have won it back. It's with Niall Scully now inside their own 45 metre line. We were seeing glimpses from Mayo, but we just need to see more of it, because when Dublin are in possession, Martin, they're so patient, they're so controlled, they never look like losing the ball really.
They never look like they're the masters of ball retention and subtle positioning. Like, you just watch it here for a moment. Murchan is literally standing out on the halfway line, on the sideline, and again just there waiting for ball to be played out to him, and just they have clearly worked very, very hard on a particular format to actually frustrate Mayo, and they're doing it quite effectively.
Yeah, there's a bit of noise here at Jimmy O'Connor. He was knocked off the ball. Referee didn't do anything about it. Dublin playing it forward now towards Con O'Callaghan. Looking to switch direction over to far side towards Paddy Small. It's McLaughlin came out, and he's adjudged to have fouled Small. The Mayo support not best pleased with that, and McLaughlin himself is annoyed as well. I see Conor Lane coming over to tell him exactly what he pulled him for.
Well, Conor Lane is pointing to his two eyes like to say, I saw what you did, and to me he did nothing there. He challenged for a 50-50 ball. Conor Lane seemed to think he was pulling and dragging. Conor Lane took exception actually to Owen McLaughlin's whatever Owen McLaughlin said to him, and just better keep his from Conor's from Owen's point of view, better just keep quiet now and get on with the game. There's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, certainly very harsh, because we saw here in our monitor in front of us, it was a harsh call. But Dublin will take it, and Dean Rock will take the chances, and when you have someone as accurate as Dean Rock from frees, you cannot afford to be giving them those opportunities.
That's right, and we come up now to the first water break, and listeners, in that period, in the first quarter, Dublin have been the better team. They have been actually using the ball very well. They have been playing a much slower tempo of game than we have been used to seeing them in the past. Maybe they haven't got the star quality up front, maybe, the spread of quality up front that they had in earlier years, but basically they have used the ball very cleverly, worked it through to the danger men. The likes of Conor Callaghan got a point, Ciarán Kilkenny has got a couple, whereas against that Mayo, maybe it's because of the wind or whatever, but they're just not getting ball into the threatening to the big players in threatening positions in front of goals. Like Aidan O'Shea, with the one opportunity he got, he put it wide. Ryan O'Donoghue, Paddy Durcan equally had opportunities that didn't score, and basically if Mayo are to win, they must get those scores. They cannot be breastfeeding the goalkeeper, putting balls short. They cannot miss cannot miss frees inside 20 metres, or good opportunities when they have free kind of uncontested kicks at goals. So they've had few chances, but of those few chances they just haven't got a fully 100% kind of return from them. Kickouts is interesting to go or to look at. Mayo have just Mayo have won most of the kickers. They just lost one. Dublin equally, they have won all but one of their own kickouts.
So a big second quarter is required from Mayo. I just see on the monitor on the big screen there as well, the cameras switched to our former Taoiseach Indokinney at the match here as well, so we just saw him on our monitors in front of us as well. As we say, 24,000 people. The Mayo supporters now will certainly look to be finding their voice, but will their players give them something to shout about in this second quarter as Mayo trail Dublin by 4 points. Mayo in possession now with Stephen Cohen. Stevie plays it forward towards Owen McLaughlin. McLaughlin running along this Hogan stand side. He loses his footing. A lot of rain here earlier in the capital, making for greasy underfoot conditions, and James McCarthy has one possession back, and now Owen Merchant. This guy has some speed. He's on the attack, looking forward to see can he get the run of Paddy Small. Paddy has it. Pádraig Ó Hórez with him, close proximity. Paddy gets it away towards Conor Callaghan. O'Callaghan has two Mayo men around him, Diarmuid O'Connor and Tommy Conroy, forced to play it back out now to Owen Merchant. Merchant to Brian Howard, who's looking to go direct route if he can. Stephen Cohen and Matthew Ruan standing in his way, so he needs to recycle possession. Back out now to Paddy Small. Paddy 30 metres out from that Mayo goal, gives it to Conor Callaghan, who now to John Small, and good interception there by Conor Loftus.
Yeah.
Great stuff from the cross-Malina man, and Mayo win it back.
That's great play for Conor Loftus, tracking back in James McCarthy inside his own 20-metre line, and again kind of executes an intercept and gives it to Ryan O'Donoghue now, who's initiating the counter-attack. O'Donoghue
to Matthew Ruan, and Matthew looking to play one towards Darren McHale, but Darren McHale unable to win possession there, and Dublin have won it back again and are on the attack once more. Desi Farrell's charges going forward. This could be a promising move for the Dubs, but Lee Keegan is back there, does well, and so too does Matthew Ruan. And Mayo have turned over possession once again. Tremendous play by Matthew Ruan. And now James Horan's men will launch an attack as Paddy Durcan does well to fend off a Dublin player.
Does well to but Dublin have been so much better composed than Mayo. Mayo now are trying to use the ball. Paddy Durcan's in possession, looking for movement up front, but there's not enough inside, so he has to give it short to Stephen Cohen.
Yeah, and it's back with Paddy once more. Everything seems to be more laboured from a Mayo perspective. It takes a lot more work to do to go from A to B.
Yeah, and there's just not enough movement inside.
Diarmuid O'Connor now looking to launch one in towards Aidan O'Shea, in around the house. Aidan wins it. Wonderful fetch for the Brafey man. He's called his mark. Now I don't think he called it straight away.
He didn't call it straight away, but he got away with that. That's a long ball into him, won it well. I think he wanted to play on. In fact, he did go to play on, but then
realised there's two Dublin men around him. Oh! He's hit the post and it's gone wide.
That's the second bad miss he has had, actually. Big opportunities for Mayo. Mayo got to score those. That was by a player of his standards, that was an easy opportunity.
Yeah, certainly would have put their house on Aidan putting that one over the bar. So it's as you are. Dublin 6 points, Mayo 2 points, 21.5 on the clock. Kevin McLaughlin doing good work to try and win possession back, but Dublin still have it now with Owen Merchant. There's a Dublin player down the ground as well. as Dublin switch direction.
Yeah, they get the kick pass, a good kick pass forward into Niall Scully and or Paddy Small rather.
Yeah.
And he has way more room than Mayo seem to be able to make for themselves.
Paddy Small, he's been tracked by Tommy Conroy. He's going past him. Tommy's fouled him. It's going to be a free in. There wasn't a lot he could do there.
Well, that time Paddy Small got inside around between the 20 metre and the 13 metre line. Again, at the corner in front of the Devon stand and the Cusick stand, got inside him. But the player tackling Paddy Small was Tommy Conroy, one of our 3 full forwards. I just think he's been playing far too far back the field, actually, in playing kind of, shall we say, 13 men behind the ball. When we do get it into positions where we can move it forward, we've nobody in front of the ball carrier to let it through to.
Dean Rock looking to get his 4th point of the evening. The 31-year-old, 3 times an All-Star in 16, 17 and 20. He scored 5 points in the Leinster final win over Kildare, and he already has 4 now to his name as that one has gone up and over and the white flags are raised.
Yeah, Dean Rock, another free. The last score he got was in the 18th minute from a free, and again, just Mayo, I think, have to try and change their tactics somewhat.
Pádraig O'Hora done well there to be out in front for that kick out. There's a Dublin player down as well. Yeah,
Brian Howard got quite a hit there, actually. The ball, the restart rather came out between I think it was Pádraig O'Hora, Brian Howard and I think Lee Keegan. And certainly I think Howard took quite a belt that time.
Yeah, it's coming up here front.
Yeah, he got sandwiched in between O'Hora actually, and it was Matty Ruan. And he'll do well to get up from that. I noticed the Dublin physio or medical person who's out there is actually signalling, talking maybe to the subs or to the bench rather, to bring somebody in or to get somebody warmed up.
Yeah, Brian Howard looks in a bit of distress down there.
Desi Farrell is kind of maybe just picking up the signal from his medical people, but Howard certainly took quite a belt there. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a 50-50 ball they all went for in an honest way, and unfortunately from Howard's point of view he has taken quite a hit.
Yeah, he has taken quite a hit. He's still on his knees. We'll be getting up shortly. It's Dublin leading Mayo 7 points to 2 with 24 minutes gone. He's up now. He's going to be okay, but he certainly, I'm sure, will take a while to fully recover from that bang, shall we say.
Yeah, well, that bang, but again, there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing untoward about it. The 3 men went for a ball, 50-50. Howard got sandwiched between 2 of them. None of them were. There was nothing doing anything illegal. As just Howard was the meat in the sandwich.
Yep. As Mayo who have possession as Lee Keegan hits it back to Robbie Hindley. And play is resumed as Mayo trailing the All-Ireland champions by 5 points.
Yeah, they just need a spark of inspiration. They need somebody to take the game by the scruff of the neck, get themselves into the game, to give a little bit of life to the team. That life that we associate with them hasn't actually kind of sparked yet today. And we need a little bit of we need a moment of magic.
We do. We need a moment of magic, is for sure. Let's see what Matty Ruan can do right now. He's been dispossessed there in the middle of the park. It was Cormac Costello who pickpocketed him, and that's very casual from Matty, as Dublin now looking to punish as James McCarthy 45 metres out plays a short pass, and Dublin claimed their mark.
Dublin claimed their mark, and again just composed football, a simple ball from outside the 45 metre line into the inside line, but a bad execution.
Yeah, from Conor Callaghan.
From Conor Callaghan, yeah.
That's Dublin's second wide of the evening.
Suit Mayo fine.
It will surely. It's as you are. Dublin 7, Mayo 2, and that's a poor kick out from Robbie Hindley. It's gone straight to Johnny Cooper, the Dublin captain, now looking to see if he can punish Mayo here. Gives a short hand pass to Kieran Kilkenny to Paddy Small, but McLaughlin was hassling and Harry. He was overzealous in the tackle, said Conor Lane, and I think he's going to get a card here for this as well. He's certainly going into the book.
Well, I think he's lipping to Conor Lane, and I think maybe that's why Conor Lane is taking exception to him. I don't think he's giving him a card, but he's noting his name. And again, that came as a consequence of or as a result of a poor kick out. Paddy Small got the ball, stepped inside Owen McLaughlin, and McLaughlin basically just held him back somewhat. So Rock now about 35 metres out, just outside the D, 30 metres outside the D, a little bit to the right of the goalpost, has an opportunity that he's well capable of executing.
I see in the sideline below us, James Horan is going through a lot of stuff with Inde Hessian, so I expect to see Hessian coming on very shortly. But on the field, it's Dean Rock with an opportunity to get his 5th, and he takes it with aplomb.
He takes it quite easily. Again, it's all frees that Dublin are getting. The last 3 scores have all been frees, and in fact Rock's 4 scores up to now have come from frees.
So that Mayo substitution has been made. It's Enda Hession who's on to replace Darren McHale from Knockmore. So Darren McHale is off, and on comes Enda Hession.
Yeah, and this should kind of bring about a tactical switch, actually. And Darren McHale hadn't got a touch of the ball, I don't think, in the entire game up to now. So hopefully that will put Hession back into the back line and allow somewhat, a more attacking dimension to the likes of Tommy Conroy.
Michael Plunkett now bringing it forward for Mayo, gives it to Aidan O'Shea, as Mayo just marginally inside the Dublin half now. Lee Keegan in possession, gives a short hand pass to Paddy Durkin, who takes it forward. Paddy to Michael Plunkett. He's underneath the Cusick stand, about 25 metres out from that Dublin goal, but not many opportunities, so he's recycling it back out again, and Mayo are out on their own, are out on the Dublin 45 again now, looking to see can they go down a different avenue, as Conor Loftus loses it momentarily, does well to recover, sending one in towards Aidan O'Shea. It's a 50-50 ball. A Dublin hand got there. Evan Comerford comes out, and Dublin will clear their lines.
Yeah, Dublin cleared the lines that time. It was good defending from Davy Byrne. He got his body in front of Aidan O'Shea and managed to kind of deflect the ball out, and now we've got the Speed Merchants coming forward. Yeah,
the Speed Merchants are coming forward. Owen gives it to Niall Scully. 28.5 minutes gone. Dublin 8 points, Mayo 2 points. As John Small, about 21 metres out to Paddy Small. The brothers combine, and Paddy puts it up and over the bar. The 23-year-old made his inter-county debut 3 years ago in the league against Donegal, and he's certainly an established player in that forward line.
It's far too easy. It's far too easy, listeners, for Dublin at the moment. Mayo aren't asking any questions of the Dublin every time they come forward. They're swift and resourceful, and they're efficient in front of goals, and they're just making Mayo look very ordinary.
And we cannot afford to let Dublin be building up this type of a lead. They're 7 ahead. Mayo win a free just inside the Dublin half now. It was Paddy Durkin that was fouled.
Yeah, and normally we associate Mayo with slick football, with clever football, with football that is played to a rhythm and with pace. But today it's sloppy. The passes are being dropped. The passes are being, shall we say, miscued. And just all round, there's none of the life that we associate with the team in evidence.
Robbie Hindley scored an impressive free in the Connacht final win over Galway. Looking to get one here now. He's outside the 45-metre line. Does he connect? He does.
That's a good score from Hindley.
A great score from Robbie Hindley. Yes, Mayo's first score in 13 minutes. Badly wanted.
It was badly wanted, actually, because the game was slipping over the horizon the way things were going. And again, look at the kick out from Dublin. They are managing to find space with those kickouts. Okay, it's gone over the sideline. Maybe Matthew Rowan challenged for it, and Mayo happened to get the sideline ball.
There's off the ball shenanigans going on as well. Conor Lane is blowing his whistle. The sideline match official is in over there as well.
I think it's Paddy Durkin is involved with somebody, or somebody's involved with Paddy Durkin, because Paddy's not a kind of a boy that blackguards. And let's be honest about it, listeners, Paddy Durkin's jersey has been well and truly tested.
It certainly has. Well, Maurice Deegan is in telling Conor Lane what he didn't see, or what he did see.
Yeah, we might see it now here on camera. From behind the goals, although I think there's just a bit of holding going on. Paddy Durkin has been held by his marker being Dean Rock, and if Dean Rock is Cormac Costello rather, yeah.
So he's still deliberating. He's given them a good talking to. He flashes a couple of yellow cards.
He'd give yellow cards to the pair of them, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. That's fair exchange, no robbery, as to say.
Yeah. So a yellow card for Paddy Durkin and a yellow card for Cormac Costello.
Yeah, and the other yellow card wasn't it Dean Rock?
Dean Rock, yeah. So we've 3 yellow cards so far in this game, and that's careless from that Mayo sideline ball. It's gone out for a Dublin sideline ball now, and just you cannot afford to be making those juvenile errors.
Yeah, and like Owen Morchan is marking actually Ryan O'Donoghue, and Owen Morchan has got the speed to kind of cause Ryan O'Donoghue trouble. And Ryan is cutting a frustrated figure out there, shall we say.
Yeah, he certainly is. As Dublin, the play resumed, and they're over on the Cusack stand side now. They're leading Mayo by 6 points, 9 points to 3, 31 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, but they're dictating the pace, they're dictating the trend, they're setting the patterns. Mayo aren't managing to get close to them. They're toying with Mayo in the first half.
Yeah, it does.
And Mayo are finding it very difficult to kind of, get their, shall we say, their bigger players onto the ball. We cannot, I understand why we're having a very ultra-defensive kind of, shall we say, formation. But the downside of it is this: when we do get the ball, we've nobody to let the ball up to.
And that's the frustrating aspect in it all, as Dublin win a free there, as Aidan O'Shea was pulled for a high tackle. So Dublin still playing it around. They're certainly the dominant side, as they have possession just underneath us here now with Owen Merchant on the Hogan stand side. He's about 25 metres out from the Mayo goal, but they play it back out to Brian Howard again, and they're just, as Martin mentioned, toying with Mayo. That's what they're doing.
They're just playing the ball over and back. It's a different style, it's a different way of playing to when the team was under the management of Jim Gavin. They're holding possession for the sake of it. They're pushing Mayo from wing to wing. They're just spreading the game out, and they're basically so effective and so efficient in their use of the ball.
Well, they still have it, Dublin, there between the 13 metre line and the end line, but Mayo trying to get the challenges in, the tackles in if they can, but it's been kicked out now by Brian Finton into the centre towards Brian Howard, and they'll just go down the different route. They try the Hogan stand route, now they're trying the Cusack stand side, so they're just playing
the ball
leisure
around. I'd say keeping possession for the sake of it, or not so much for the sake of it, just drawing Mayo out of position, drawing Mayo into making a mistake, and again just quite content to hold on to the ball. They have a cushion of a 6-point lead, and it's up to Mayo to come out and get at them.
Yeah.
And Mayo just don't seem to have the energy, to have the I suppose the setup today to be able to do that.
Yeah, 29 players I'm counting in total now in the Mayo half. That'll tell its own story, as a mark is called there by Kieran Kilkenny.
Yeah, and that's a very clever play by Kilkenny. Got out in front of Pádraig O'Hora. When they played the ball around, Kilkenny just waited his moment, dropped out in front of O'Hora, out in front of the D, and gets his mark, and now is an opportunity for a score.
Yeah, so Kieran Kilkenny with an opportunity for his second, and he makes no mistake and stretches Dublin's lead out further now to 7.
Yes, again, I don't know how long's gone. I suppose 35 minutes. Good kick out from Robbie Henley, but a goal now would be timely for Mayo if we could get it.
Well, it certainly would be, as Inda Hession now gives it short to Matthew Ruan. There'll be 3 minutes of additional time at the end of this opening half, as Diarmuid O'Connor, he's about 30 metres out from that Dublin goal, gives it now to Tommy Conroy. Tommy looking to go past a couple of Dublin players, puts the burners on with the effort, and the shot has gone right and wide.
That's again a bad way. We've had 4 opportunities like that, and we've put them wide. Those 4 opportunities, had they been scored, we would be in 3 points of Dublin, but they've been bad and costly wides from a Mayo perspective.
Yeah, they certainly have 4 wides. It's a wonderful fetch in the middle of the park there by Brian Finton. Yeah,
and Finton has given out to some of his inside players that didn't make themselves available for the pass that he was hoping to give.
As Paddy Small now, it's Dublin ahead by 7, 10 points to 3. We're into the first of the 3 minutes of additional time which have been allocated, and it's all Dublin.
It's all Dublin. Yeah, it's all Dublin. Unfortunately, listeners, Mayo just cannot get established whatsoever today. They cannot get into a flow. They cannot get their big players into the game. They're just, Dublin are just, they got the start they needed. They got a lead of 3 or 4 points, and since then they have just dictated every aspect of the game.
Yeah, they have.
And the 3 or 4 opportunities that Mayo had that ought to have been scored, they missed them. And again, it's the same old story.
Mayo, of course, were 5 points down at half-time. The Connacht final against Galway, we know what they showed in that game, but that was a different team. You aren't up against the All-Ireland champions, a team that haven't lost a championship game since 2014, a team that know how to close out big games, have done so time and time again, and they're taking it forward once more now. Owen Merchant gives it to James McCarthy. Dublin are 45 metres out from that Mayo goal. They're ahead by 7 into the corner towards Paddy Small. Paddy plays it back out to Owen Merchant, and there isn't a Mayo man near him. There's plenty of room, looking to play a low ball in. Good tackle there by Pádraig O'Hora. He put everything in front of that one and has won it back now for Mayo into Hession. Hession going across his own goal, and he fists it forward now to Stevie Cohen, and Cohen now to Lee Keegan. Mayo just coming out of their own 45 metre line as Lee looks up, sees what options are available. It's to Matty. It's now with Aidan O'Shea, and O'Shea to Carl Loftus.
Yeah, and they're looking forward, but there's very little movement up in front. There are very few players up in front, actually. Now we have Ryan O'Donoghue.
Ryan, he's 45 metres out from that Dublin goal. Gives to Conor Loftus. Loftus makes room for himself. He kicks it. It certainly has the height, has the accuracy. It does. It's a great score from Conor Loftus. That's his first of the evening. It is much needed, and it's back to a 6-point game.
Yeah, that was a badly needed score by Mayo from Conor Loftus. Watch that long kick out again. It's murdering Mayo.
Oh, it really is. And one over the top now to Niall Scully. Danger here from Mayo perspective. Scully, Mayo had the bodies back to try and fend him off. He's gone on the ground. They're free out for Mayo. Great defending back there. Wonderful. You had Lee Keegan, you had Pádraig O'Hora.
Lee Keegan and Pádraig.
Yeah, you see them here.
Yeah, I don't know. Conor Lane saw it, thankfully, from a Mayo perspective, but again, 2 passes and the ball inside the Mayo 30-metre line. Mayo get the opportunity now to get forward with it, and a score, one more score before half time. It's not going to happen.
Wonderful stuff from O'Hora and co, you could say, but a half-time whistle has just been sounded, and it's Dublin going in the better, much better. They're leading by 6 points. Dublin 10 points, Mayo 4 points. I suppose the summation of that opening half, Martin, it's been all about Dublin. Mayo just haven't come up to the pace of it.
They haven't got to the pace of it at all. Mayo have been structured, they have been patient, they have transitioned the ball very well, they've been pressurising Mayo so much better, and they were so much composed and certain of what to do. They're not playing at a quick pace, they're playing with an emphasis on protecting possession at all costs, but when they do get forward, they have been more threatening. They have drawn frees from Mayo. I think Dean Rock has scored 4 from frees. They've got a couple of marks, and like all told, they have been the better team. Mayo have not managed to get any of their big players playing with any degree of certainty yet, with any degree of consistency, and there's so many vibrant influences in that Mayo team, on match days normally. But today we cannot get any one of them to actually just give us that spark and give us that little bit of inspiration that is going to draw something else out of the players, of the players around them. It has been a poor performance for Mayo up to now.
We saw in the second half against Galway, Martin, that start we made was crucial. It was the game changer. Can you see something similar happening today?
Well, in the game against Galway, again, we got a goal, I think, at the very first attack of the second half. I think Ryan O'Donoghue got it. But basically, we have got to actually have an exceptional start to the second half if we're to get back into this. Now, what we're doing, listeners, we're playing in the second half with the wind behind us. Yeah. Maybe that will make a difference. Maybe that will allow the team to actually put long ball into Aidan O'Shea. Aidan today, with the 2 opportunities he got inside, he missed both of them, and on normal days he'd have scored those with his eyes closed. Ryan O'Donoghue's miss from a free kick was also kind of costly, because again, there's 3 opportunities that were spurned, that were relatively easy, and that would have brought us back to a 3-point game playing against the wind. But just all over the field, I can't think of a single Mayo player that has played up to the form or to the or with the level of intensity or with the level of aggression and certainty that we have seen in the past. I'm not only talking about you, but in other years when they play against Dublin. Normally games against Dublin draw the best out of Mayo players. Yeah. It's not doing that today.
It's on Dublin's terms. They're controlling it.
Everything is on Dublin's terms up to now. They're controlling possession. Their kickouts are exceptional. I'm not saying Mayo's kickouts are poor, but their kickouts are exceptional. They're, Brian Howard, we had talked about, or Brian Fenton rather, we had talked about not having had a great season up to now. He's been very good for Dublin. He's been winning ball around the middle of the field. He's been in a sense establishing the trend of the game. He's been slowing the game down today quite a bit. The ball is going through him quite a lot, and he is kind of maybe spreading it wide, spreading it left left and right of themselves. They're not playing much direct ball into the forward line, because in fairness, Mayo are flooding the back line quite a bit with bodies. But in doing that, they're robbing their forward line of bodies that they badly need if they are to get scores. They have to change the way they're playing in the second half.
And it should be a lot closer, because Mayo missed a few gilt-edge opportunities.
Well, that's the point I made earlier. Aiden with his 2 opportunities, Ryan with his free kick, and again, I forget who else put one out. Matty Ruan put one out to the right of the post. No, it's not that they have had many wides. I think they have had just 4 altogether. But every one of those 4 wides are scoreable. And there's one put into the goalie's hands, as I call it, breastfeeding the goalkeeper. And Mayo can ill afford to miss opportunities like that.
Well, there you have it. At half time, it's a big road for Mayo to try and get to, and a big hill to climb. They're trailing the All-Ireland champions by 6 points, but knowing Mayo and the fire and the battle that they have certainly produced over the years, don't write them off just yet. But at half time, it's Dublin 10 points, Mayo 4 points.
The big match in association with Connolly's Pub and Restaurant Times Square, delivering the best Irish pub experience in New York City. Log on to connollyspubandrestaurant.com.
Yeah, thanks indeed, Michael D. So as you heard there, Mayo are trailing Dublin by 10 points to 4 points in Croke Park. Now, let's get to some of your requests and messages into us. Let's say greetings to Brian O'Malley from Clare Island, receiving Midwest Radio on board the Dilbar yacht in the Black Sea, all the way over there. And up Mayo is the message. And hello as well to the Lomax boys, who are locked in on the radio again down in Sevilla in Spain. Come on, Mayo, let's do it this time. The message coming from the lads over in the Costa. Now let's have a look, and we're going to say hello as well to Kyle McManaman and Keenan Kane and Mickey Kilroy from Newport, who are all enjoying the match there, and they're all decked out in their Mayo colours. Hon Mayo, the message coming from them there in Croke Park. And Hon Mayo, it's hard being married to a Dublin woman, is the message coming here from Preston, UK. And of course, there's a man there with his lovely Mayo away goalie jersey and his girlfriend in the Dublin top. And up Mayo is the message coming there from him. And also, let's say a big hello to Katie and Sean Flynn from Conneal in Killala, who are listening to the Mayo match on Midwest in Yonkers, New York. Up Mayo, and lots of love from Frank. And also, we're going to say a big hello and to Katie and Sean Flynn, that we said hello to them. And I suppose that the tactics is another one that's coming into us here in Midwest. And I suppose in a way, Mayo are damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If they go out to try and win the ball back, they may be leaving spaces in behind for Dublin to keep possession, break the tackle and chip over points. So something may have to change at half time. We'll just have to see how it goes in the second half. But we'll be back. If you want to give us some of your messages, you can do on our text and WhatsApp number. That's 087 941 41. That's with thanks to BioGold Vigour from Hygiena. The science of nature in a natural feed and more efficient energy and a nutrient uptake with higher crop quality and yield. Available at all garden centres and stores. We'll be back with second half commentary from Croke Park with Michael D and Martin Carney coming up in just a few moments. With a quick time check for you now, it's 6:45.
Midwest Radio Time Check with Harrison Pharmacy, now open on Kevin Barry Street, Ballina. Your local and independent pharmacy with free customer parking. 096 60488.
Weekend sport on Midwest Radio with McCain's Pharmacy Ballina. Love your sport? Try our famous muscle relaxant gel to loosen your muscles before exercise and again after your workout to leave you feeling refreshed. Only available at McCain's Pharmacy Ballina. Phone 096 21698.
Nothing compares to a real holiday with TUI, especially when you know that everything is taken care of. The TUI Holiday Promise puts flexibility first with free changes. Plus, we've included COVID cover on selected holidays. Book your summer holiday with confidence. TUI. Discover your smile. T's and C's apply.
Hi, David Clark here. Mayo GA's Lake Row WEO Heroes Wall is closing soon, but there's still time to get involved. The Heroes Wall will soon be in display in McHale Park, and you can be part of it by purchasing a tile today. The closing date is August 15th, so get your tile before it's too late. It's a great way to support our team ahead of the All-Ireland semi-final. For more info, log on to www.mayoga.com/thewall.
The Park Keeloaks Cremlin GEA Club Lotto relaunches on the 21st of August with some of the biggest and best prizes around. Hurry and get your tickets for the relaunched 50-50 draw online at parkgea.com, on our social media, and avail of reduced yearly subscription rates by playing online. It's back. The one and only Park GEA 50-50.
Irish Water and Mayo County Council would like to remind consumers that the water supply served by the Clare Island Public Water System is contaminated with Cryptosporidium. A boil water notice has been issued with immediate effect on the supply until further notice. Water must be boiled for drinking, drinks made with water, preparation of salads and similar foods which are not cooked prior to eating, brushing of teeth, making of ice, discard ice cubes in fridges and freezers and filtered water in fridges. Make ice from cool boil water. Further information in relation to the boil water notice is available from water.ie. Irish Water would like to remind people to follow the HSE COVID-19 advice and ensure frequent hand washing. The water is safe for personal hygiene, bathing and flushing of toilets.
Bal Bingo Online and Drive-In continues this Sunday evening with a whopping €9,000 up for grabs. To get your books for our awesome August series of games, go to bal.ie. And remember, Bal Bingo and Drive-In is best.
Nominations are now open for Mayo County Council's first annual Cathaoirleach Awards. These awards celebrate and honour the unsung heroes in every local community and who represent the best of Mayo, the individuals and groups that work quietly behind the scenes to make our community stronger, more vibrant and caring. If you know an individual or group who deserves to be acknowledged for their contribution to their community, we invite you to nominate them now. See mayo.ie/Cathaoirleach Awards 2021. The closing date for nominations is Friday, September 17th.
At Harvey Norman, get our best prices on our huge range of home appliances, like the Samsung 8kg washing machine with AdWash door and 5-year warranty, now $569, saving a massive €130. Or get the Bosch Series 2 freestanding dishwasher with dosage assist to ensure optimum results, now just $469, saving €30. For more great deals on home appliances, shop online at harveynorman.ie or safely in our spacious stores. Harvey Norman, your home appliance specialists.
Weekend Sport on Midwest Radio with McCain's Pharmacy Ballina. Love your sport? Try our famous muscle relaxant gel to loosen your muscles before exercise and again after your workout to leave you feeling refreshed. Only available at McCain's Pharmacy Ballina. Phone 096 21698.
And you're very welcome back to the programme. Mayo are they're losing to Dublin now on the scoreline of 10 points to 4 points there at half time from Croke Park, as we heard from Michael D and Martin Kearney. A few more messages to get to now. Hello to all in Altbawn watching the game, especially Ailish McHale and also Han Mayo from Tarmacue listening in from Nova Scotia in Canada. Also a big hello to Joe Regan in London, and get well soon, Han Mayo from Seamus, who is in Birmingham. Also cheering on for Mayo from Florida, that's from Tim, Jane and Peggy. And also Han Mayo from Mary Spillane in Birmingham. And finally, come on Mayo, we're rooting for you in Scranton, Pennsylvania, USA. That comes in from Jack and Marie. Now let's look back to the earlier game today, as the Mayo ladies lost out to Dublin on a scoreline of 117 to 2 goals and 9 points. After this game, our match commentator Oisin Langan spoke to Michael Moyles, the Mayo ladies manager.
What went wrong was our performance levels weren't up to what they needed to be. We had planned and we talked about what we needed to do. We'd showed against Galway that we're very capable of doing that. We just handed Galway 1-5, 1-6 off the bat, either from kickouts or from getting the kick out and not being able to get out with the ball, going through the middle, which we knew that Dublin were strong, and that's just we were a bit stuck to the ground. We didn't offer that support network out for the kickouts. We didn't do the movement that we'd practiced in the last week, and that sometimes can happen where you feel a small bit stuck to the ground. And when you're stuck to the ground, a team like Dublin really make you pay.
You did hang on in there, you did rally. You must be very proud of that as a manager.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, we won the second half by a point, and we'd be pleased with that, but we still know even in the second half our performance levels are not what we're capable of. There's an awful lot more in us. But if anything, it kind of shines a light of what we're capable of. And I know, and I've alluded to this a few times, that we're a year down the line with a kind of new management team, a new group. We're doing things a small bit different. And you look at the likes of Meath, who are playing All-Ireland semi-final tomorrow. You look at the likes of Dublin, who are 4 or 5 years, 6 years down the line. When things don't go right, they're able to fix that very, very quickly on the field. And that's been around the group and having a system of play over the last couple of years. And Dublin do it very well, to be fair to them.
On commentary on Midwest, I said it to Sinead Stagg at the end of the game, you know what, there's kind of a couple of different ways of losing, and the way he lost today, while disappointing, it showed that there's something building, and you can go into 2022 with a bit of positive energy around the camp, because judging from the outside, I think there's been great progress made by this team.
Yeah, and look at it, as we said, our goal at the very start of the year was to bring a group back together and gel them as much as possible and have them playing for Mayo. I think they've done that very well, the players. We've shown, I suppose, progress since the league semi-final. But again, the disappointing thing today was, I actually think for the first 20 minutes in the league semi-final we played better than we did today, you know. So the disappointing thing today was we were capable of more, and we were capable of showcasing that in Croke Park against the All-Ireland champions, and we didn't do that to what we were capable of.
And that's the Mayo ladies manager Michael Moyles. Now, quick time check for you. It's approaching 6 minutes to 7.
Midwest Radio Time Check with Delaney's Mace. Step in today or any day for the widest range of fresh on-the-go or carvery of the day. Delaney's Mace, simply the best in Castlebar.
Now, a few more messages to get to. Up Mayo, believe you can do it, lads. Hopefully home for the All-Ireland. Listening in from Chester, UK, from Richard Lydon and the family. And hi to all our family and friends in Castlebar and Westport, from Greg, Maura and Connor Fiona, listening here in San Francisco, California. Big hello to the grandparents as well. Now, and also Hon Mayo from Jack in Boca Raton in Florida. And finally, another American listener, I believe, watching the match from Racine, Wisconsin, and listening on Midwest Radio. That's from James over there in the US. And very hello and good evening, and maybe even good afternoon to you there as well. So we're ready now to head back over to GAHQ in Croke Park with Michael D. McAndrew and Martin Kearney for second half commentary of Mayo and Dublin.
The big match in association with Connolly's Pub and Restaurant Times Square, delivering the best Irish pub experience in New York City. Log on to connollyspubandrestaurant.com.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. You're welcome back here to Croke Park. We're almost ready. The referee, Conor Lane, and his match officials are coming out now for the second half. Maurice Deegan and Derek O'Mahony are his sight linesmen today, and the sideline official is Paul Falloon from County Down. It's a big third quarter needed for Mayo, trailing Dublin 10 points to 4. We produced the goods against Galway in the third quarter. More of the same is needed, as you hear a big roar coming now for the Mayo lads, led out by their captain Aidan O'Shea for this second half. Mayo will have the advantage of playing with the breeze for this second half. It's a strong enough wind as well here in Croke Park. Robbie Hindley going to take his place in the Hill 16 goal. Mayo shooting in to the Davin stand for this second half. Lots and lots of people. Now, John was mentioning people there all over the world tuned to us today as well. See lots of people on Twitter watching in Kerry. Neil Gannon and the crew. Also Denise Biggins is here in Croke Park. She has the earphones listening into us here in Croker on the app. Also a young man, Liam Corcoran from Island Adi. It's his first time in Croke Park. He's here with his dad. That's a lovely memory as well. And I see former Irish international Kevin Kilban, a proud Mayo supporter as well. Strong Achill connections. He's tuned our way as well, listening to us on the Midwest Radio app. So great to have all those people with us. All we need now, Martin, is for Mayo to give us a big performance in the second half.
Oh, there's a massive performance, a massive turnaround needed actually for Mayo. Like Dublin, what they've brought to the game is they've brought a very zonal style of play to it. They have a very structured zonal defence, and Mayo have found it very difficult to deal with that. They haven't been able to get the runners to make impacts that they have made in other games. Owen McLaughlin, Paddy Durkin hasn't made the impact that I would have liked to see them make by getting forward with the runs. Dublin are able to cope with that. Now I notice the way they're lining up in the second half that Paddy Durkin is going centre half back, and maybe he'll be able to get forward a little bit more than we saw him in the first half. Anytime he got the ball in the first half, he's trying so hard, and he's been pushed to side too much now. Owen McLaughlin, I noticed, actually is going up into the half forward line as well. So Hessian has gone back into the full back line. I think you have a full back line now of Hessian, O'Hora and Keegan.
Yep.
You have a half back line of Cohen, you have Patrick Durkin, and the third is the third halfback.
Looks like Hessian, yeah.
It looks like Hessian. It looks like Hessian.
Yeah, so in the full back line is O'Hora, Plunkett,
yes,
Keegan.
that's the man I left out, yeah.
And Dublin are out now. And in for the hop, it is Diarmuid O'Connor and Matthew Ruan, but Dublin again win that breaking ball. And in possession is John Small. They're shooting into the Hill 16, the All-Ireland champions, leading Mayo by 6 points. And this is a good move as James McCarthy's eaten up the Mayo half. He's gone for the shot, but it's wide. It has wide. It's gone to the near post and wide. Wow, that would have been curtains.
It would have been curtains, but he got through quite easily that time. But again, he took a very wrong option, actually. He shot wide on his own side of the ground. Robbie Henley's come with a quick kick out now, and Mayo are counter-attacking.
Yeah, Mayo now need a big response. They need to get off to a good start in this third quarter as Conor Loftus in possession, looking up to see can he find the big man in around the house, Aidan O'Shea. He wins it. He turns Davy Byrne. It's still Aidan O'Shea. He's hit the deck. It looks like John Small was in with a challenge. And it's going to be a free out for Dublin.
Yeah, when he got that ball, Aidan O'Shea, that time he won it well. And the old man coming off his shoulder, who was it? The fullback Lee Keegan, man who's got 2 goals in the past against Dublin. But Keegan now is having to troop back all the way back to his backline and wins the ball actually on his journey back home.
Yeah, great stuff there from Pádraig O'Hora out in front of his man to win possession back now for Mayo to Matty Ruan. Matty gives it to Diarmuid O'Connor, and Mayo in possession just in their own half now. It's important for them to try and be in control. We saw Dublin just all about themselves in the first half. Mayo made too many unforced errors. They ran the ball into tackles too many times. They need to be more clinical now in this half. It's good move inside to Tommy Conroy. Conroy trying to make his way through, gets support. It's still there for Mayo. It's Pádraig O'Hora trying to beaver his way in. He hits the deck. It's still there, but Dublin win it back with John Small, and Dublin have one possession. Small clears his lines, aims it towards Dean Rock under the Cusack stand. It's gone out for a sideline ball for Mayo. It's Diarmuid O'Connor who will take it, but Mayo, there was an opportunity if they could, but
yeah, Paddy Durkin got inside his man very well. But in fairness, you've got to compliment Dublin's defending. Got 4 or 5 men around the attacker, and were able to kind of turn the ball over. But turn was like
Lee Keegan in towards Aidan O'Shea. He spins. He's gone out. It's gone out.
His ball has gone wide. He won the ball. Yeah. He was wondering again would he go for a mark or not. But in turning, he actually took the ball out over the end line. Now it's encouraging that in the couple of minutes that we've had in the second half, the 2 balls that have gone into him, he's won both of them. So he is getting his foothold in the game. But Mayo, just a word that came to mind at half time, they were spooked in that first half, and that fear that was in them, they need to just get that out of the system, and very, very quickly at that.
They need to shake that off. They are certainly started the second half better, but the scoreboard isn't showing any difference just yet, as Evan Comerford is taking it forward. He's on 45 metres out from goal. He almost got
this is the new kind of trend actually this year with goalkeepers playing fly goalie. So many of them doing that now.
Quick ball sent into that full forward line. That vital hand back there for Mayo. It's Paddy Durkin.
Paddy Durkin, very good interception, and now the counter-attacking. And there's a bit more light to them.
There is a bit more light. Wonderful now as Mayo coming forward into Hessian. Great speed, great tenacity. Offloads it to Ryan O'Donoghue, kicks it high and puts it over the bar. Tremendous score from O'Donoghue. That was badly wanted,
and that'll raise the spirits. But you saw 2 or 3 Mayo guys that time. You saw Hessian, you saw the ball going through to O'Donoghue, you saw O'Donoghue's confidence manifesting itself with a wonderful strike over the bar from about 40 metres.
It's back now to a 5-point game. Dublin with the restart very quickly, looking to send it in around the house. Has fallen there for Dean Rock. Rock has Michael Plunkett with him for company. Rock finds space, kicks his shot off his right boot. It's gone to the near post and wide, and that's a 4th wide now for Dublin.
4th wide, second in the second half. They're being rushed, they're being forced to take kickouts, and a great kickout that time from Henley.
Wonderful kickout from Henley, and a wonderful fetch around the middle of the park there as well from Stevie Cohen. It's sent forward now. Kevin McLaughlin off his left boot, and that one just didn't have the accuracy.
Didn't have the conviction either, and that's not typical of Kevin McLaughlin. The ball was, again, all came as a consequence of a good kick out from goalkeeper Henley to Stephen Cohen in the middle of the park. Cohen with the ball getting to McLaughlin, and Kevin untypically slighted off his left foot and widened on his near side.
So Dublin with the restart as Johnny Cooper, an Afina clubman, plays it back to his keeper, but certainly it's a much more positive start to the second half for Mayo. They're trailing now by 5. Dublin 10 points, Mayo 5. We played 5 minutes in the second half.
5 minutes in the second half, and this is a guy I'd love to have seen being tested a little bit more. Is Comerford, like new to the game this year, new to the team this year. It's his 4th game, okay, but Mayo haven't really got one kind of go at him to test his mettle.
Davy Byrne taking it forward now for Dublin, entering into the Mayo half, gives it short to Cormac Costello, who picked up a yellow card in that first half. Cormac to Brian Finton, and it's recycled back to Costello once more now. He's 45 metres out from that Mayo goal, and that's careless play from the All-Ireland champions, gone out for a sideline ball.
Well, let's have more of that. Again, not typical of what they've been doing. They're somewhat scrambled and disjointed so far in the second half, and Mayo are playing with a lot more positivity and a lot more life in them than from what we saw earlier.
Let's poke the bear, see what the response will be. Owen McLaughlin now taking it forward for Mayo, switched it over to that Cusack stand side. As Mayo looking to work it into the centre if they can.
Yeah, O'Donoghue again giving a short that time to Lee Keegan, who's coming up much more, attacking much more than we saw in the first half.
Kevin McLaughlin now in possession, gives it to Matty Ruan, and they're just marginally inside that Dublin half. Dublin have all their bodies, they have 15 players behind the ball. That's a high looping one for Diarmuid O'Connor to contend with. And he's just taking it in now to the Dublin half. It's Paddy Durkin now. Paddy.
Yeah, but the rhythm and the pace that we'd like to see it with the ball going forward isn't there. They're being forced laterally, they're being forced side to side by Dublin, and again that's it's a credit to the Dublin defending.
Into Hessian there, taking it forward. He's certainly instilled a good bit of life since been introduced for Mayo. Fuller running. It's now with Matthew Ruan. He's 45 metres out from that Dublin goal. He's just looking up to see what options are available to him. Not too many, so he goes back to Pádraig O'Hora, and O'Hora now gives it short to Paddy, who will look to launch it forward. It's a careless ball from Paddy Durkin. It's gone straight into the hands of a Dublin man.
Yeah, badly turned over that time again. It was a poorly directed ball. He was trying to find Aidan O'Shea, but miscued the pass, and again allows Dublin now with Kieran Kilkenny to move it forward.
Kieran Kilkenny back to Brian Howard, and Dublin just entering into the Mayo half now with John Small, the Ballymun Kickham's man, the 28-year-old. He works as an investment manager with Bank of Ireland, of course brother of Paddy as well. It's into the corner now towards Johnny Cooper. He's 21 metres out from that Mayo goal, but he's close enough to the Hogan stand, and he's a couple of Mayo players there trying to put pressure on him. It's back out to John Small now.
Yeah, and Dublin, John Small, Brian Fenton, all of these are just quite content to hold on to the ball, to move from side to side, stretch Mayo, keep them moving, but keep them deprived of possession.
And that is the crucial word and the crucial ethos to this Dublin performance. It's depriving Mayo of possession, it's controlling possession,
they're controlling it very well, and Mayo are chasing shadows all over the pitch, and now they'll transfer the ball to the other side of the pitch where they have managed to generate room and engineer room.
Dublin ahead by 5 points, 43 minutes 16 on the clock. They're in possession under the Cusack stand side, 45 metres out, playing it all the way back out now to Brian Finton. Yeah. Right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and he is staying in the middle of the field. He's not getting his forward as much as usual today, and Dublin are holding that kind of liner on the middle and not getting men forward, but at the same time just doing enough to manoeuvre and create spaces.
Yeah, they're ensuring that they won't be open at any time, as Brian Howard looks for an opening himself. He finds Paddy Small. Matthew runs there to not allow anything too crazy to happen, so it's still Dublin in possession, about 25 metres out from that Mayo goal, as Con O'Callaghan looked to skip inside past O'Hora and past McLaughlin. He fists an effort off the post, it's fallen kindly for McLaughlin, and now Mayo will look to build themselves from deep, with Aidan O'Shea coming out. Aidan O'Shea just inside his own 45 metre line. A careless pass. It was towards O'Hora, but it was Kilkenny who intercepted, and now Dublin are turning defence into attack. It's with Niall Scully. Scully gives it to Cormac Costello. It's a wayward one. It's like it's going towards Portland Row. It's to the right and wide.
It's well wide, actually. That was again another example of Mayo's careless play today, again giving away the ball needlessly, allowing Dublin to counter-attack, but Costello didn't make most of his opportunity. And watch the Dublin kick out again. It's a bad Dublin kick, or no, it's a Mayo kick out, should I say. Good one from Henley.
Yeah, Henley, and it went the way of Stephen Cohen, who was out in front of his man. There was a Dublin player looming large in the background, but did well to not to be overawed by that. Ball sent down the line, but it's gone out over the line as well. We've only had one score so far in this second half. 10 minutes played, and that point has come the way for Mayo, but they're trailing by 5 points. They'll need to eat more into that lead.
Yeah, they're finding it very difficult to get the ball forward. They're finding it very difficult, period, to get the ball. It's all Dublin are controlling possession, and have done so from the first whistle today. They're just dictating all of the terms of the game so far. Just finding runners, finding overlappers, and again, if things come a little bit hairy up front, they just recycle the ball, play it from side to side, and just kind of draw the life out of Mayo.
And you see players like Owen Merchant dictating the play, making Ryan O'Donoghue chase him.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Mayo have high energy players who need to be in possession in order to actually kind of get the best out of themselves. There's a good turnover.
Owen McLaughlin. Tremendous stuff from Owen McLaughlin to turn over possession from Johnny Cooper, and now he's on his bike. McLaughlin, a careless pass. It's gone straight to a Dublin player. And
that's the narrative of the day, listeners. He's just giving ball away again after again, again and again. It makes you feel like jumping down Patrick Head.
Well, they're certainly just not clicking at all.
No.
It's not clicking at all as Brian Finton plays a short ball forward in front of Kieran Kilkenny, and Kilkenny recycles it back out now to James McCarthy. And again, just nice and cool and calm and nonchalantly working their way around the field. Dublin 40 metres out from that Mayo goal, looking to play one inside towards Con O'Callaghan. Well read there by Lee Keegan. Leroy does well, and now Leroy will look to launch it forward. A good roar as well from the Mayo support to urge him on, to urge their team forward. Gives it to Robbie Hindley now, who's going to look to see can he launch it forward. He takes a couple of solos. He's just calling for Michael Plunkett to come towards him and to build from deep, to work it forward. Gives it now to Matthew Ruan. Matty's fouled by Niall Scully, just marginally inside his own half.
Yeah, and he's looking up for players. The only man available to him is at the far side of the field, over the entrance at the Cusick stand is Paddy Durkin.
And Paddy takes it forward, just looking to see our options available. Tommy Conroy slips back up on his feet, now gathers possession. Again, he's almost slipping. It's very greasy there. Made a lot of rain here in Dublin earlier. Gives it now to Ryan O'Donoghue. He's 25 metres out from that Dublin goal. Mayo trailing the Dubs by 5 points. 47 on the clock. It's now with Stephen Cohn from Hollymount Carramore. Gives it short into Hesh, and the referee is blown as whistle. It's going to be a free in for Mayo. He spotted something off the ball.
There's something off the ball, and actually
Lee Keegan's on the ground.
Yeah, Lee Keegan's on the ground. I'm not sure who did it. I think he's booking. I think maybe it's Paddy Small. There was a foul off the ball.
Or is it Con? It could be Con.
It's Con O'Callaghan, I think. Yes, Con O'Callaghan. And I think what he did around the middle of the field, Lee Keegan was coming forward actually to provide an overlap, and he was fouled by Con O'Callaghan, and O'Callaghan is booked as for his troubles.
Well, the full forward line have yellow cards.
Yeah, Mayo now are introducing two subs.
James Carr and Brian Walsh are both coming on, and Aidan O'Shea is coming off.
Yeah, Aidan O'Shea hasn't clicked today.
Yeah, James Carr is on for Aidan O'Shea.
Yeah.
And I've just seen who the other player to make way is.
That's one of the few times in his career.
As well.
Yeah, Michael Plunkett's gone off, and so we have James Carr and
Brian Walsh.
Yeah,
so James Carr on for Aidan O'Shea, and Brian Walsh is on for Michael Plunkett.
So Brian Walsh, does that mean he's going to play in the back line? I doubt it.
They could switch maybe into Hession. Hession might go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. I see Colm Basquel is on for Dublin now as well to replace Cormac Costello. Colm's dad is from Mayo. As Robbie Hindley's effort is gone straight over the bars. Back to a 4-point game. We talk about Dublin's dominance and all of that, but they're only ahead by 2 scores.
That's right, 40 minutes gone, 2 scores. Robbie Henley brings it back to 4. 2 very good scores from Henley.
Yeah, 2 excellent scores, and we need more of that. We need everything to go our way now for the final 20 minutes or so in this encounter. As there's a bit of bite now about Mayo. They've won possession underneath the Cusack stand, sent into the fresh legs to James Carr, the man from Arda. He turns, he kicks it to the near post and wide.
He had all the time in the world to kick that over the bar, nonchalantly went for it, put it wide. That's inexcusable. An unforced error like that. I know he's just into the game and that, but he's into the game to improve things, not to actually kick a wide like that at a time when another point would have really put the wind in Mayo's sails.
It certainly would have. It's here the boys in blue been blasted out around Croke Park now, but the boys in blue haven't scored in the second half yet. They haven't scored for 15 minutes of the second half. But they're taking it forward now to try and work something with the man that's just on, Colin Basquel, looking to play it in towards Kilkenny. He's been closely monitored by Pádraig O'Hora.
Yeah, O'Hora's one hardy boy, I'll tell you.
Well, he certainly is. All his experience from jiu-jitsu and karate is playing off over the years, and the ultimate Hell Week and Special Forces. He certainly is a guy you'd love to have in your corner.
And there's another turnover, another untidy ball from Dublin. Mayo are starting to cause them problems, but they have to score from these turnovers.
Yeah, Matthew Ruan there in this occasion now. This is good play. Ruan, there's a nice interlink play with Hessian. Now it's with Lee Keegan, and Lee Keegan has put it over the bar, and now's the Mayo roar. Now there's belief coming into our game. It's back to a 3-point game, 3 in the row for Mayo.
3 in the row. The only 3 scores in the second half have come from Mayo. And then, interesting, again, a defender, Lee Keegan, has come up so often in the past, has come up today to actually breathe life into this team, to give this team a little bit of belief, to give this team a sense that the winning of this game is still possible. There's a bit of life to them. There's a quickness in their step as they come over to take the water break. Dublin at this stage haven't scored since the 35th minute. They've got 17 or 18 minutes without scores, if you add in the 3 minutes of added on time in the first half. But it has been all Mayo on the scoreboard, 3 points to nil. Two of the, the one from Henley was outstanding, O'Donoghue's opening one, but Keegan's that time was a great score and a timely one.
It really was a timely one, badly wanted, and we need now to keep it up. It's a 3-point game. Dublin 10 points, Mayo 7 points. We've reached the second water break, so we'll see now what Mayo can produce for this final quarter. But certainly we've seen uncharacteristic mistakes from Dublin.
Oh, very much so. They're untidy, they're turning over the ball. That tangled kind of play that is not normally associated with them has become prominent. But Mayo, when they have got the ball forward, have been swift and resourceful. But again, no more than in the first half, that wide from James Carr was just inexcusable. We've just missed a couple of scores at critical times that would have made this game a hell of a sight more manageable. But nonetheless, in terms of the way the thing has evolved in the second quarter, Mayo are very much back in it. James Horn is out in the middle of the field, listeners, calmly telling his players what to do and how to keep the thing going. But this is a game that Mayo could still win. And listeners, there is a good wind backing them. I see actually that Johnny Cooper is going off.
Yeah,
I think he is anyway.
That's what it looks as if it'll be confirmed in a moment. I see Jordan Flynn is getting ready to be introduced in a moment as well. He's not on the field just yet, but Johnny Cooper is off, and Tom Lahiff from St. Jude's with number 21 on his back is on for this final quarter.
Yeah, that's a great kick out actually from the Dublin goalkeeper, right out to the halfway line. Ball carried, marked rather by the Dublin receiver, and now James McCarthy is counter-attacking.
Dublin in possession with John Small from Ballymun Kickums, just marginally inside the Mayo half. The All-Ireland champions leading by 3 points. They are yet to score in this second half. Mayo have got 3 on the bounce, courtesy of Ryan O'Donoghue, Robbie Hindley and Lee Keegan. Certainly need to keep up this tempo, keep doing the basics right, and not to give away any opportunities to Dublin, as Brian Finton has been hassling Harry there by Matthew Rowan. He still has it, looking to launch it in towards Kilkenny. O'Hora is keeping close proximity to him. It's still there with Dublin. They're on the verge of the horseshoe, looking to get a score with Paddy Small, and Paddy Small has broken their duck in this second half. That's their first score of the second half.
First score in the second half. It's taken them 18-19 minutes to get it, Good score from Small, again puts that 4 points between them, but good recycling of the ball. Again, Henley, excellent kick out.
Oh, a big hit put in there, and a Mayo player was John Small. The referee did nothing about it. McLaughlin's on his ground, but Dublin are on the attack with Basquel. It's still Basquel. He's going for goal. Oh, it's wide.
Well, it's as wide as the gate. The Lord Jesus, how did he miss that? All the way through. There's one of the Mayo players dying out in the middle of the field, but Basquel got through that time. 1-on-1 with Henley, sliced it across. It ended up over in the corner of the Cusick stand at the Hill 16. Was it a doctor looking?
Yeah, that's an awful hit. We want to see this again on our monitor.
I didn't see the hit. I'll be quite honest about it. The referee is being berated by a couple of the Mayo players.
I see James Horn is telling the sideline official as well, come on, you have to have seen this, where he is quite furious. I haven't seen James Horn that animated quite some time.
No, he does. I didn't see the hit, but Horn is furious.
Yeah, he's furious
with Conor Lane, the referee.
Now, I did see it, and I thought straight away a yellow card offence from John Small. I'd love to see it again here in the monitor.
I'd like to see it in the monitor, but they don't normally show a replay of an incident where there is a player badly hurt.
Yes.
And the ambulance is in at the moment. The little wheelie bin is in, or the wheelie cart is in. Conor Lane now is going over to his sideline official to have a word with him to try and get some kind of clarity as to what has happened.
Well, the wind didn't knock him over.
Well, it didn't knock him over, but he certainly took a big hit. And the player down is Owen McLaughlin. I'm not clear who's down.
Owen McLaughlin, as far as I can make out.
Yeah, that's what I can make out. But they are getting out a neck brace.
Hopefully he'll be okay.
Hopefully he'll be okay. But I mean, as you say, it wasn't the wind. It wasn't the gust of wind that knocked him down.
It was a big hit.
But why we're not seeing it, I'd like to see it on screen. I'd like to see a replay of it to kind of get clarification and confirmation of the extent of it. But we're not seeing it. But James Horn is one angry dude, I'll tell you.
Yeah. I think they're going to show it now. Yeah.
Oh, that's a frontal charge. That is a bad challenge. That is a bad challenge.
Yeah, it's definite. As soon as I saw it,
he just comes in, he got him straight in the jaw, hits him hard. That is a sending off offence.
Yeah.
How in the name of God the referee hasn't actually,
or the linesman, or how anyone hasn't seen
it. The referee is pointing to his shoulder. What he's saying to us is this: that the hit executed by John Small on Owen McLaughlin was executed with his shoulder, but he got him straight in the jaw. And now basically what we have with the players again going over, taking a water break.
It's like another water break almost. And he's still down.
He's still down. He's moving, certainly. Thankfully, he's moving. He possibly will want to get up and resume play, but I don't think he's in any fit state to. I'd say there's, again, it's maybe not right for me to be speculating on something medical, but it looked to me to be a headshot. Here we go
again now. They're showing the front of us again.
Oh, yeah. He went right into him there.
Yeah.
The shoulders into the side of the right into the face. Right into the face. In any other code of sport, that would be straight to the line.
Straight to the line.
Like, I mean, they're talking about the importance of protecting players, of actually kind of, protecting them from headshots and punishing head-high challenges. If that is not punishable with a red card, then in the name of God in heaven, then what is?
Yeah, it's disgraceful. It really is a disgraceful decision. If nothing's going to come from this, and it won't.
I don't think so.
The way it's looking. He's still getting attention, and we just wish him a speedy recovery, because it was an unmerciful hit, and they've showed it numerous times here on our monitor.
Yeah, they're showing it. He's just taken out of it. Simple as that. He was taken out of it. For Conor Lane to be pointing to his shoulder.
And I can't understand, Martin, for the life of me, in a case like this, why can't they show it on the big screen, and for the referee to look it back and say, look, hands up, I made a mistake.
Yeah, well, look, that is something that Conor Lane will live with. I cannot understand
how he's getting a round of applause.
Getting a round of applause, but how in the name of God that the linesmen, the umpires, nobody seemed to see that.
It's a big error for Conor Lane to have not issued a card for that, to not sent a man to the line for that.
Well, listeners, there was a tackle there, listeners, in all seriousness, that was dangerous in the extreme. It was Owen McLaughlin was coming out, and John Small came into him, got him with the shoulder straight in the butt of the jaw, and now he's been taken off on cart, an ambulance cart, and we just wish him a speedy recovery, as Michael D said earlier.
Yeah, we do. We wish him a very speedy recovery. Jordan Flynn is on to replace Owen McLaughlin, and Owen was playing so well. His speed was huge, but play has resumed now. We have 57:48 on the clock. It's Dublin 11 points, Mayo 7 points. A careless ball straight to a Dublin player is now with Colin Basquel to Kieran Kilkenny. They're recycling it back out now towards Brian Finton.
Yeah, but what again is the narrative? A careless ball,
yeah.
A misplaced pass, an error, an unforced error. That has been again and again part of the narrative today. It's been just so disappointing.
And Dublin again now back to what they like to do, is to control possession, switch it around. Davy Byrne to John Small, Small to his brother Paddy, and Paddy now gives it back to John off his right boot. It's going to drop short, a dangerous one. It's there for Dublin. Can they turn?
Rock.
They do. Rock kicks it high and kicks it over the bar, and all of a sudden Dublin have got 2 in a row to stretch out their lead to 5.
They've stretched out the lead again. They have got in there. I mean, that time I think Rock was in behind his marker. The ball was mishit by a Dublin attacker, and look at this messing going on over on the far side of the field. Dublin are at their own shenanigans, pulling back men, holding back men, not allowing them to make runs. There's a linesman in there on the sideline at the moment with the flag by his side and doing sweet Fanny Adams about it. Oh, maybe the referee now is coming down.
Well, yeah, he's going to have a word with Niall Scully, because quite simply,
well, Niall Scully will get a yellow card for this, and how in the name of God John Small didn't get a yellow card for a tackle a few minutes earlier is one of life's mysteries.
That's the 4th Dublin player to go into the book of Conor Lane from County Cork, the Ballantyre man, who certainly when he looks back at this game he will realise and see that he made a big mistake in not issuing a card for that horrendous, and that's all you can say, horrendous challenge by John Small on Owen McLaughlin. But however, the game goes on, and Mayo now looking to play it forward. Stephen Cohn picks out the runner of Ryan O'Donoghue underneath the Cusack stand side. He's 45 metres out from goal, gives a short to Lee Keegan. But Mayo just haven't the bodies loose. They're looking to see.
Yeah, but Mayo are a team that like to play at pace. Mayo are a team that like to play with a positive rhythm, a positive attacking rhythm. They're finding it so difficult to establish that today. They're being forced into recycling the ball, going side to side for the sake of it, and just not getting players into threatening positions. And in time when you're 5 points down, you must get a greater attacking dimension to your game.
Matthew Ruan now picks out Ryan O'Donoghue, gets the return pass. Matty off his right boot. Oh, it's dropping short. I thought it was going over, but Evan Comerford was able to fetch it from the sky, and it is as you are. Dublin ahead by 5 points. We have 10 minutes to go, plus a lot of added time.
Yeah, that was again an opportunity that could have been finished. It dropped short into the goalkeeper's hands. It's the second one I can recall that has gone short to the Dublin goalkeeper, at the times when a score could have come of it.
As Dublin now taking it forward over on that Cusack stand side, just playing it around, playing it back towards Brian Howard inside his own 45 metre line. You get the sense if Mayo are to have any chance of winning this game, they need a goal, and they'll need to get it inside the next 5 minutes or so. We've played 61-14 on the clock. Dublin 12 points, Mayo 7 points. Dublin in possession now with Niall Scully from Timpelogue. The switch direction over towards the Hogan stand side, our side here, as Davy Byrne looking to go past the challenge of Ryan O'Donoghue, and he is
great pressurising by O'Donoghue.
Wonderful
for tackling. And there's another sub coming in for Dublin.
Yeah, it's Sean Bugler, and he's coming on for Niall Scully. And Scully, of course, with his yellow card. I'm sure that's perhaps in the back of the mind of Desi Farrell as well. I don't know who looking at this one now. He was going to take it. Robbie's coming up for it. It's a good bit out, but I suppose he has the breeze as well.
Well, it's about 60 metres out, over on the Hogan stand of the ground, or Hogan stand of the pitch, down close to us here actually. But this will be some strike if he puts it over.
Well, it really will be an incredible strike if he can get this. It's Robbie Hindley. looking to reduce the deficit to 4 points in this All-Ireland Senior Football semi-final. Mayo and Dublin, brought to you in association with Connolly's Irish Pub in New York City. Robbie off his right boot. It's not going to make it, but it's going to be kept in.
It's kept in miraculously
kept in by a Mayo boot. Matty, I think it was. As Kevin McLaughlin now puts it over the bar. He does the necessary. Wonderful score. And now is back to 4 points, Martin.
Well, that was Diarmuid O'Connor who got that in. It was a miracle from Knock that kept that in, the way he actually managed to get his foot to a ball that was going wide, knocked it back to Kevin McLaughlin. Kevin puts it over the bar, puts 4 points in the game. Still loads of time for them.
Yeah, plenty of time now for Mayo. You hear the roar, you hear the belief now. They're starting to send it forward in towards James Carr, the man from Arda. He's out in front of his man. He's out now around the 45 metre line, just looking to spray it around to get it into people in the better position, as Carl Loftus has taken it over towards this Hogan stand side now. Gets support from into Hession from Gary Moore. Hession goes past 2 Dublin men, gives it to Kevin McLaughlin. McLaughlin back towards Jordan Flynn from Crossmalina. Jordan Flynn kicks it high and kicks it over the bar. It's back now to a 3-point game. Dublin 12 points, Mayo 9 points, and we have the bit between our teeth again.
We have the bit between our teeth, and it's a very confident strike from Jordan Flynn. Great ball though. Great ball from Kevin McLaughlin back to him. If McLaughlin's influence can multiply, you know, he has the wherewithal to bring others into the game. Ryan O'Donoghue has been kind of... there's a Dublin player down injured at the moment. I'm not sure what's wrong with him.
Sub for Mayo. Conor O'Shea is on to replace Conor Loftus.
And then we'll see, is there a card being issued there? It's very hard to see what's happening. There's little scraps going on all over the field right now.
Oh yeah, there were just... the roar there was for Hawkeye for that last score. I didn't think it needed Hawkeye, Jordan Flynn's score, but it does count. So it was a thaw.
It was a thaw, yeah. And Dublin at the moment have every player lined up the spine of the field, clearly trying to make space out of the sides for the kick out. But Mayo, I think, have the bit between their teeth now. It's down to whatever it is, a 3-point game. There'll be loads of injury time, added on time. There's Dublin players going down injured, Maria, at the moment, just killing the clock. And Mayo, like Dublin, have found it very... when you think about it, Dublin have only scored, 2 points in the second half.
Yeah.
You know, it has been Mayo's half so far, and just the livelier team at the moment. It's just a shame in a way that this kind of, shall we say, spirit and motion didn't come that little bit earlier.
Well, it's still certainly there for the taking. It's a 1-score game. Dublin 12, Mayo 9, 65-11 on the clock as Merchant plays it back to his keeper, Comerford, and there's nobody making runs for Comerford. He's stuck between 3 lines. And he's caught. Oh, don't do that, Kev. Don't do that. He's gone to the ground. There's a bit of afters and schmozzles. I hope you don't lose the free. Don't be pulling.
They're going to turn this over now, and if they're not careful, I think Jordan Finn caught a grip of Comerford. They nearly pulled his jersey off him, but it's a free in for Mayo. Dublin have the big players with Dublin.
He's bringing it in. Great.
The closer the better. Referees on the edge of the D now. Kickable, highly kickable, to bring it back to a 2-point game. Ryan O'Donoghue has the opportunity, going to take it from his hands, but no doubt about it, Mayo are coming tantalisingly close. You can see them out throughout the field. They know that the wind is in their favour, that they certainly have Dublin on the ropes right now.
It's over from Ryan O'Donoghue. That's 2:17 in this year's championship for the Mullet Man, and it's back now to a 2-point game. Dublin are bringing on Sean McMahon to replace Owen Merchant.
Yeah, Merchant's been taken off. He was finding it too difficult actually from O'Donoghue in the second half. Yeah, Ryan O'Donoghue's having a very good second half, but now they're bringing in McMahon, and Dublin just don't have the runners anymore. They don't have that cockiness, that arrogance about them. They have lost their way, and they're not getting their big players to actually kind of influence proceedings that they've been doing so much of the afternoon.
Comerford forced to go long with his kick out, sending it towards Brian Fenton. He wins it.
Great catch. Great catch by Fenton. But notice he cannot get the ball forward because there's so few Dublin players in front of him. But that was, if ever, an inspirational catch needed. Fenton got it that time.
And great reception over there on that far side.
Paddy Durkin.
They're sending it forward now. Mayo looking to bring it through the hands if they can. But the referee spotted something. I think it was out for a sideline. Still a Mayo sideline ball. They brought it back.
Yeah, it was Hession actually.
It was Hession, yeah, that won that ball. And it's Mayo Back to a 2-point game now. Dublin 12 points, Mayo 10 points, 67-22 on the clock. As into Hessian now, taking it forward from Gary Moore. He's made a big impact since introduced in that first half. Gives it short now to Conor O'Shea, the younger of the O'Shea brothers, trying to go past 3 Dublin men. He's dispossessed back there.
Loses the ball. That's the narrative again and again. Great tackle there for Mayo.
Fitzsimon, Stephen Cohen was. They got the boot in. Good man, Stevie Cohen. Now it's to James Carr from Arda. Carr gives it short to Conor O'Shea. O'Shea looking to give it to Hessian. That's gone away from him.
That's 2 passes Conor's given there. We've lost possession and good threatening position. Just panicking a little bit when we get the ball right now, instead of just being that little bit more composed. But Mayo got a couple of possessions that time, should have made more of.
It's a free for Dublin just inside their own half. They're leading by 2 points and they're looking to launch it forward. Lee Keegan does very well there as well.
No, it was Paddy Durkin.
Paddy Durkin, sorry, got the hand in there at the time.
Got the hand in, and Mayo free.
Yeah, it's a Mayo free, and it's Conor O'Shea who has it just inside his own 45-metre line. He's going to go back to go forward.
Yeah, he's gone back to, actually, I think
it's Diarmid, yeah. And Diarmid, crossfield ball all the way over to Paddy Durkin now.
Yeah, notice actually Stephen Cohen has got it to the forward line.
So Paddy taking it forward into the Dublin half now. He's 55 metres out. Good ball into James Carr out in front of Sean McMahon. Looking for support. Gets it from Hessian. It's going to be Tommy Conroy. Tommy Conroy!
What a score.
Has it over the bars. Back to a 1-point game.
What a
and
score.
Now there's belief.
What
Martin.
a score
now
from Conroy. Now you're seeing the Mayo fight. Now you're seeing them come back into it. Dublin are all over the place. Mayo are all over the place in the right kind of way. Dublin are trying to suck the death out of it. Mayo are coming at them in waves now.
It's a 1-point game. You hear the roar. Mayo, Mayo, ringing around Croke Park. Dublin now looking to take it forward, sending it into that full forward line. The champions still ahead by 1. It's Kieran Kilkenny. Has Swanee O'Hore with him for company. A challenge comes in from Mayo man to try and dispossess it. It's still there for the taking. Conor Lane blows his whistle. It's a free in for Dublin, and I have to say, of their harsh variety.
Yeah, Brian Walsh that time was a judge to have fouled. He was a judge. Brian Walsh was a judge to have committed the foul. Now it's a free in. I don't know what Conor Lane is doing inside there. He's gone in, maybe just waiting for the game. There's 7 minutes action of added on time. 7 minutes of added on time to come. But Dublin are taking today and tonight and tomorrow to take this free. Dean Rock is coming over. He's certainly not in any rush.
He's not in any rush, that's for sure. We're into the first of those 7 minutes of additional time. You can hear the roars, the boos. The atmosphere is electric. There may only be 24,000, but you think there was 82 in the house tonight. Dean Rock off his right boot, shooting into the hill, connects. It's over.
It's a good score from Rock. A lot of pressure on him that time, but he's delivered again and again from Dublin in those situations, and that puts again a 2-point margin between the teams.
Yep, 2 points
there's
again.
Still loads of time from a Mayo point of view.
It's Dublin 13 points, Mayo 11 points. We have just over 6 minutes of additional time remaining. Mayo need to take it forward.
They've men forward here if they can get the ball down to get his.
Yeah, Brian Walsh, he's free. Brian Walsh picks it up now, entering into that Dublin half. He certainly has speed to burn the Ballantubber man. He has Finton coming close to him. He's coming inside now towards the centre, looking for Mayo players. They need to try and make a score count from this attack as Stephen Cohen comes in to assist. Back to Brian Walsh, and now it's over on that Cusick stand side as Ryan O'Donoghue gives it all the way back into Hessian.
Enda Hessian has made some difference to this team in the second half. In fairness to him, he's lit up proceedings. His attacking ability, his instinct to get forward, and his speed in particular has made a big difference to Mayo. And again, they're just Keegan on the ball now, about 50 metres out in front of the goals, just teasing, waiting for a tackle to come in, but trying to probe and make an opening.
Ryan O'Donoghue now 45 metres out, finds James Carr out in front of his man. Carr turns off his right boot. Wide.
That's a terrible wide. That was again an opportunity that should have been scored by Carr. They're dreadful. That sucked the life out of you, those wides.
That's a 7th wide for Mayo, and as Martin said, that was a real scoreable opportunity. We needed that. to get back to within a point, but it's still 2 between the sides. Comerford going long with the kick out, aiming it towards Paddy Small. Conor O'Shea is up there as well. It's bypassed both of them and has fallen now for Paddy Durkin inside his own 45-metre line. And the Dublin man holding and pulling and dragging, and eventually the free is given.
Eventually the free is given, and again Mayo are just so much more composed at the moment. They have Dublin on the rack. If they were just that little bit more efficient in front of goals, that little bit more composed in front of goals. But listeners, when you leave this game this evening, if it hasn't gone away, we certainly had the opportunities.
There has to be a free here for Ryan O'Donoghue.
Not at all. That referee needs birdseed to blow the whistle.
Well, it's absolutely crazy what Conor Lane isn't seeing here, as Dublin get away with it, and now they have Dean Rock just inside the Mayo half. He's playing it back, and this is what Dublin love to do, control possession. There's 4 minutes of additional time to go. The Dubs are ahead by 2. If we're to any hope,
Mayo have to just get possession. Good hit from O'Donoghue.
Good hit from Ryan, but it's still with Dublin.
And he got it again. He got it that second time. Now they have to score with it.
Brian Wall, the Mayo man gone down again.
McLaughlin was foul there.
It's going to be a free.
He saw it.
It's a free for Mayo on the verge of the large D. And this should hopefully bring it back to a 1-point game, and then fasten those seatbelts even tighter. We're in for a rocky finish.
Yeah, Kevin McLaughlin was running forward that time to make the overlap, taken out of it. O'Donoghue it was who had forced the turnover. O'Donoghue now has the responsibility of putting it over the bar. Conor Lane has gone in to book a Dublin defender for that tackle. He's issued a yellow card. I can't see which number. But to the fullback, Davy Byrne.
Yellow for Davy. Yeah. O'Donoghue from Balen Whitworth, where the ocean kisses Ireland, off his right boot to bring it back to a 1-point game. Ryan O'Donoghue hits the target.
That's brilliant, Ryan O'Donoghue. That's great composure from Ryan O'Donoghue. Like as you said earlier on, this year's 2:13 up to today.
Yeah.
But today is his reliability in tight situations that has set him apart. I said earlier about the little Manning. He is all like kind of, pistons and levers, going. Kind of tackling, scoring, kind of inspiring others. But by God, Mayo are still in this.
They still are. James Carr, he's doing well, trying to hassle and harry Davy Byrne. He's forced to play it back to his keeper, Comerford again, who dropped it momentarily, but Conor O'Shea just wasn't fast enough. He's almost into him.
This Dublin team are on the rack if we can just get the ball.
If we can get the ball and get a score, we'll take it to extra time. It's Dublin 13 points, Mayo 12 points, 75 on the clock, 2 minutes to go. It's now with the keeper.
You have to get in on the goalkeeper. You have to pressurise him.
Evan Comerford. They're just inside their own 21-metre line, Dublin. Mayo need to push the bodies forward. They need to get possession to win the ball back.
And they have to get...
Dublin are playing it around their large parallelogram. It's out for 45. It's out for 45. Great pressure. Wonderful stuff. And now
Conor O'Shea, great pressure.
Tremendous.
Robbie Henley come up and take this. It's a 45 for Mayo. There's a Dublin player after Ryan O'Donoghue's down. He claims he has been hit by John Small. John Small has got him away with a bad tackle once.
John Small is lucky to be on the field at all.
Well, I think now we have...
Darren Cohen is coming on.
He's coming on for...
I think it's Stephen, is it? Number 6? No. It's not. 6 for Dublin's coming off John Small. We've seen a second to Darren Cohen is coming on for... But Robbie, he's on for cousin Stephen. Yeah, Darren Cohen on for Stephen.
I watch him. I call Kieran Kilkenny acting the.
Yeah, Robbie Hindley. Oh no, Robbie, no, it's gone right. Actually, he might get a second chance.
No, he get a second chance because there's shenanigans going on there.
Good job, he's getting a second chance.
Yeah, Robbie didn't hit that. There's all kinds of Dublin players. I think Johnny Small is in acting the buck. I think they're taking off. Who is it? Is it Jordan Flynn they're taking off?
No, Jordan's coming over for something. He's been told something, so it's going to be taken again. Come on, Robbie. We need this, Robbie. This will take us to extra time. 76:29 on the clock. Take your time, Robbie. This to level it.
Yeah, big Lahiv, Tom Lahiv is in front of him now. Tom Lahiv, listeners, is a sub who's coming for Dublin. He's about 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", a big lad. He's presenting the barrier. I don't know what's happening here in front. Robbie hasn't placed the ball yet.
No, there's another substitute being made here.
There's substitution being made, listeners. We can't see 6 for 25.
Well, that's Darren Cohen Stephen Cohen.
Stephen
So
Cohen's
Stephen didn't realise. Yeah, that was the delay. Stephen didn't realise it was him that was coming off.
Yeah, it's so confusing here at the moment. It's very hard for us to bring clarity. Stephen was playing in the forward line a little while back. Now he's actually been taken off, and Robbie now is.
Okay, Robbie, time is up. 77 on the clock. This to level it and bring us to extra time. Come on, Robbie.
He did it! He did it!
It's over the bar! Robbie!
Excellent
and now it's Mayo. 13 points, Dublin, 13 points. A Mayo man on the deck as well.
There's a Mayo man down number 10. It's down Diarmuid O'Connor. There's a Dublin man after hitting him. There should be a Dublin man sent off here, but Dublin are all over the place. But Henley, let's carve his name of pride, because again and again that man has got more abuse from Mayo fans, and fair play to him.
Fair play to Robbie Henley. It's now Mayo 13 points, Dublin 13 points.
There's
after Shalatas here. Conor Lane needs to get a grip of this game.
No Mayo man's taking a backward step on Henley, in fairness to the man.
And you hear that roar, it's electric. The Mayo roar. We have suffered so much defeats over the years, this Dublin team. We haven't beaten them since 2012. Well, we're going to take them all the way tonight, Marianne.
Well, I tell you something, they are panicking at the moment, and Conor Lynn was, I think, shushing everybody off. I think it's half time. I love James McCarthy is out there giving lip. And Davy Byrne. Dublin are panicking. We're going into extra time, ladies and gentlemen.
We certainly are, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you, my heart. Oh, help.
Oh, I could do with something.
And I'm on enough tablets as it is.
Oh, my word.
Oh,
let's take stock of it all. What a game of football.
Well, I am so pleased to see Mayo come back in the way they did, and Robbie Henley to nail that score, because no man, and you know it, Michael D, has been as maligned as that man.
Certainly it was some effort from Robbie Henley, and he has taken this game to extra time. Mayo were trailing Dublin at half time, 10 points to 4. We got 3 on the bounce in the first quarter, but Dublin began to come back. That big hit, and I tell you, when Conor Lane sees it again tonight on Owen McLaughlin, how Paddy Small is still in the field remains a mystery.
Was it John Small?
John Small, number 6, sorry, John Small. How he remains in the field is a mystery. But
Conor O'Shea's tagging, actually, he's tagging James McCarthy.
And Dublin again from the hop win possession, and taking it forward now with Brian Howard. Howard gives it to Con O'Callaghan.
Con O'Callaghan's back on.
Yeah, so Dublin have certainly made the changes as well. No official confirmation of those coming through just yet. Philly McMahon on the field as well. Dublin coming in for a score if they can, and they have. Early doors. That one has been fisted up and over the bar, and Dublin have got the opening score of this added on period, that has come from number 19, Sean Bugler.
That was a good score from Bugler, because he was been well marked, but he got the ball, punched it over with his left hand. Robbie Henley kind of gets the kick out, gets it back, and starts Mayo's counter-attack. But they have got to try and keep pace, energy, and that, shall we say, cavalry charge style of football as they showed in the last quarter. They've got to maintain that, and Keegan is trying to show the way.
Keegan trying to go past the challenge of Colin Basquel, gives it short to Matty Ruan, and they're just entering into the Dublin half now, Mayo, as Stephen Cohen, who's back on the field as well, gives it now to Jordan Flynn, and Jordan is pickpocketed there.
He's more than pickpocketed, he was just laying on that, kind of too ponderous, not decisive in what he was doing. He was looking for runners inside. The runners had made their move, but he didn't deliver, and he was pickpocketed, you should say.
Brian Finton to Brian Howard, the two Brians combining, and it's over now with John Small, and Small gives it short to Davy Byrne. Dublin ahead by a point. We played a minute and a half in the first half of extra time. Remember, it's Mayo who are playing with that strong breeze, so we need to make a count if we can this first period, as Davy Byrne taking it forward, gives it short to Basquel. Basquel trying to go past the challenge of McLaughlin and Keegan, but Keegan and McLaughlin have overpowered
that's
us.
why you want that ball quick.
Great fast ball sent in towards Darren Cohen now. Darren out in front of his man Mick Fitzsimons. He's underneath the Cusack stand side, about 45-50 metres out. Now is with Stephen Cohen. Stephen gives it short to Tommy Conroy. Conroy, the man from the Neil, try and get past James McCarthy. He does. He still has it. Tommy Conroy off his right boot, kicks it high. That's it over the bar.
That is some score from Tommy Conroy. He got through two very hard tackles that time. One from James McCarthy, who's out there.
Lee Keegan in towards Aidan O'Shea.
James, he's not particularly pleased, but anyway, great score from Conroy.
Yeah, it's level again. 14 points, plays 14 points. Dublin building from deep. John Small, the 1-2 with Basquel. Brian Walsh picked up a knock. It's going to be a free out for Mayo. Lee Keegan having a bit of afters there as well.
Yes, I think that time the guy who got the knock was
Brian Walsh.
Brian Walsh got hit.
Yeah. Some of the hits have been ferocious.
They're dangerous. Ferocious is one word.
Yeah.
Dangerous is another thing. Let's call it what it is. And that again was a head high tackle.
Yes, he's getting a card, a black card.
That's a black card for number 17, isn't it?
Yeah. Colin Basquel.
For Colin Basquel, and correct.
So now for the remainder of this half, Mayo have an extra player.
They have an extra player now if they can make use of it. They have Dublin on the rack, listeners.
In the All-Ireland semi-final, we're in extra time. We played 3.5 minutes of the first period. It's Mayo 14 points, Dublin 14 points. Mayo have an extra man now for the next 10 minutes or so, as Stephen Cohen taking it forward, gives it to Lee Keegan. Keegan to Paddy Durkin, about 40 metres out from that Dublin goal. Back to Matty Ruan. Matty looping one in around the house. Who's it going to fall for? It's falling for a man in the blue jersey, and they bring it out now towards Finton. Forward to Tom Lehiff, and it's going to be a free for Dublin just inside their own half.
Free from Dublin. They're slowing it down. Philly McMahon is trying to get players to move forward.
Well, Philly McMahon, the man involved with Bohemians as their performance coach, takes that free, sends it forward to Sean Bugler, the man who got the opening score of this first period of extra time, and that's a free for Dublin again, just around the middle of the park. Darren Cohen, the man who committed the foul, not best pleased with it either.
Yeah, I noticed on the edge of the square at the moment you have Pádraig O'Hora and you have Kieran Kilkenny, and O'Hora is looking for the ball, or Kilkenny rather is looking for the ball to be put into him.
Finton towards Tom Lehiff. Tom Lehiff's effort's gone to the right and wide.
That'll do us folks. That's Dublin 6 wide, I think, by my calculations. I'm not saying my calculations are perfect. That's well won.
Well won there by Matty. Now they're sending it forward. Paddy Durkin now to carry into Tommy Conroy. 45 metres out from that Dublin goal. Tommy Conroy taking on Philly McMahon. It's still Tommy Conroy. Go on, Tommy, on your right boot. Tommy Conroy.
Fabulous.
2 points on the bounce from Tommy. We're ahead by a point.
We talked about him earlier in the match being too far back the field. That time he took on 2 of them. That's what we need from him. Wonderful score from Conroy. Good kick out from Dublin though.
Yeah, Dublin with John Small now. Kevin McLaughlin is tracking him. Put in a huge shift as well, Kevin McLaughlin, as he always does. It's Mayo ahead by a point. 15 points to 14. Hear that Mayo roar. 5 minutes to go in the first half of extra time here in Dublin. It's now with number 19, Sean Bugler. Good challenge from Mayo, and they've won it back. Tremendous fight, tremendous spirit, tremendous battle. Leroy gives it now to Matty Ruan. Back to Leroy, looking for runners forward, looking for players to get on the ball. It's with Ryan. Now it's with Matty once more.
I'll put it over Ryan.
Back to Ryan Donoghue. He's around the 35 metre line. Gives it to Darren Cohen. Lays back. Kicks it. Wonderful score.
Great score
from Darren Cohen. Wonderful.
6 minutes gone. 16-14. Dublin are nowhere. And Mayo have got all the momentum. They've got all the energy. They are absolutely playing mother of God with them, and it's a poor kick out.
They're on the ropes. The kick-out's gone straight to Lee Keegan. Gives it now to Ryan Donoghue. 35 metres out. It's still with Ryan. Off his right boot. Kicks it over the bar. Mayo ahead by 3 points now. Now we're stuck in diesel. Now the belief is starting to rise.
Dublin are all over the place. Listeners. if Mayo can keep composed, keep doing the right things, have the winning of this.
Well, it's an incredible performance from James Horne's troops, and it's gone out for a sideline ball for Mayo.
Come on, Mayo, keep
over
it
on the Cusack stand side.
Come on, I'll try and keep calm, but you keep
around
it going.
the middle. Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. 3 minutes to go until half time in the first half of extra time. I see there's a Dublin player down as well over there. Well, the atmosphere, as I've referred to, it's electric. You swear to the full house, Martin.
Magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. That time, number 21, the Dublin player was Tom Lahiff. He got a smack, I think, from Diarmuid O'Connor. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but Conor Lane seems to think so. And
hopefully it's just a yellow, not a...
Well, if it can't be anything other than a yellow. Maurice Deegan is giving him instructions, something. Incidentally, Mayo, I think a couple of weeks ago, had a weekend with Maurice Deegan about the refereeing standards and that. Just watch it here again. That's the one that I didn't see much wrong with that.
Well, he's got a yellow card, Diarmuid O'Connor, for that. And Dublin take the sideline ball. It's into the corner, into the Hill 16 end. Dublin trying to work something here if they can. It's gone to the near post and wide.
That's what we want.
And wide. That was Paddy Small's effort. Mayo still ahead now by 3 points. Robbie Hindley with the kick out short. And Mayo building now as Kevin McLaughlin to Inda Hession. Just under 2 minutes to go until half time in extra time.
Yeah, but Mayo try and keep coming forward. Remember, we have an extra man. Don't keep going forward. They're just slowing it down a little bit at the moment. Maybe it's easy for us up here to be saying all of that, but I just love to see them attacking a little bit more now that they have that extra man.
It's a 3-point game. If we got another point to have a 4-point cushion at the break, it would be lovely. As Lee Keegan just inside his own half now gives it to Matty Ruan.
Yeah, Dublin are struggling to stay with the pace. They're a man down, but it's all Mayo at the moment. They're composed, they're moving the ball around. They have way more energy than Dublin.
Now Diarmuid O'Connor taking it forward.
Another score actually would do it. Honestly.
As
they're doing to Dublin what Dublin did to us
in the first half.
Yep. Playing around the ball from one to the other, making Dublin come out and chase them, making Dublin come out and get the ball. And
we'll have to do another 10 minutes of it though, Martin.
Yeah.
A minute to go now until half time. It's Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. Matty Ruan in possession just inside his own 45-metre line, gives it short to Tommy Conroy. As Martin alluded to, it's Mayo playing keep ball, playing it around. Drive it forward now, lads, as Tommy Conroy looking up to see what options are available to him.
Now Kevin.
Now it's a Kevin McLaughlin. A minute of additional time at the end of this first half of extra time, and Kevin, it's going to be a free for Dublin.
That's a free for Dublin, but again Mayo unnecessarily brought the ball into tackle that time. Kevin was fouled. Kevin was blown for the free.
John Small is coming off, Robert McDade is coming on. So a game like this, you need your full benches, and that's at least one comforting fact that Dublin, not like years past, Martin, where they were bringing on all these
they haven't got the
superstars.
They haven't got the quality of yore, I don't think. But it's Mayo now, or it's Dublin had the free kick around the middle of the field, Brian Howard to take it, and Mayo, I think Dublin have back to the full complement of 15.
Conor Loftus is back on the field.
He's coming on for Kevin McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Kevin McLaughlin's put in a huge shift.
Massive
shift.
Huge.
He's just coming off there, and he's exhausted. But by God, he's some servant.
Well, he gave something. He gave everything. He really did. As Dublin goes short that free. Great hand in from Pádraig O'Hora.
That came off Kilkenny. Last. I thought O'Hora got his fist to, but I thought it came off Kilkenny's hands.
Yeah, that's what Pádraig O'Hora thought too, but the linesman thought different.
That should be half time, extra time, additional minute, time 1 minute, 11 minutes, 18 seconds gone.
Yeah,
that should be half time.
It's a sideline ball for Dublin between the 13 and the 21, dangerously in around the house.
No, it's gone wide. That'll do us.
As Dublin fist got to that, it's gone wide.
Yeah, and it's half-time.
Half-time in extra time. Mayo ahead by 3 points. 17 points to 14. The Mayo supporters are on their feet. They are beginning to believe we're on the brink of something special here. We're on the brink of knocking out the All-Ireland champions.
Yeah, and I notice they're just out at the moment. Just Kieran McDonald's down there at the moment, talking to the players. Just calm it down, boys, calm it down. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Kieran, incidentally, for those of you who haven't seen him in a while, he's got a modern haircut. Very little the long hair, ponytail or anything like that with him any longer. He's just out there calming everybody down, talking to James Horn is giving instructions to Paddy Durcan. But Mayo have gained control of this game. They've had the most wonderful first period of extra time. Paddy Durcan made the right call in playing with the wind. Tommy Conroy took on responsibility on 2 occasions there and scored 2 magnificent points. And you can see from him what it meant to him, what it meant to his players, his teammates around him. He's given them that self-belief. He's given them that sense that something major is possible here. This is Mayo's game now to lose.
Yeah.
Mayo's game to lose. Mayo have everything going for them. Mayo have everything going for them at the moment. If they just stay composed, get a score or 2 more, not give anything away stupidly, and not lose their forward momentum. Honestly, I sometimes think, when we see them trying to control the game at the end by playing the ball around from one to the other, I'm not sure if that game suits Mayo.
Yeah.
Mayo are a high tempo attacking team that need to be playing on the forward foot all the time. When they start regenerating the ball too much, I sometimes think that they kind of just lose that little bit of direction.
We're getting ready now for the final piece of this jigsaw. Mayo leading Dublin by 3 points as we get ready for the second period of extra time, and Dublin will have their full complement back on again now in a few moments. And
yeah, Dublin are shaking out there at the moment, and for the throw in for the second half, I think you have Jordan Flynn going in alongside
Big Tom Lahiff,
going on Tom Lahiff, and Matty Ruan has slaved away all day there today.
Yep.
But Mayo certainly have the appetite. Mayo have the everything in their favour right now. It'll take 4 scores to beat them if they don't concede a goal, and they're well capable of winning this. And they win the throw in.
Yeah, Jordan Flynn done very well there to put his hand in. Brian Walsh looks as if he's fouled. He is fouled. Yeah,
he is fouled.
So he wins a free just marginally inside the Dublin half. It's against the breeze, so they won't be going to take it. They're going to take a short.
Yeah, but I'd like to see them getting forward more. They're kind of happy enough to recycle the ball from one to the other, and in fairness with the extra man, that's okay.
Yeah, they're spraying it around now inside their own 45-metre line as Stephen Cohen.
Yeah, they're trying to draw Dublin onto them, and Dublin are finding it very difficult to actually come and get the ball. And
Paddy Durcan looking for the runner in space.
Pádraig O'Hora.
Great one for Pádraig. He's pushed in the back.
Yeah,
and he wins his free.
Dublin are panicking, and more of that, boys. O'Hora made a fabulous run forward that time from defence, from the full back line. Give that injection. He's going to lie there for a month of Sundays if he can. Eat into the clock. Ryan O'Donoghu's coming out to him. Ryan's no doctor, but he's coming out to have a word with him. And I say the 2 words are, stay down. Yeah. But Durcan that time, a lovely ball into space, and there's nothing much wrong with Swanee. He's up,
he's full of life. The Karate Kid, he has put in some performance.
He's put in some performance, but this man has put in some performance too.
Tommy Conroy picks it up now, going past 2 or 3 Dublin men to Ryan O'Donoghue then. Ryan!
Oh no, he's fouled ref. Oh, that was an opportunity.
Wide.
But in fairness, he was being dragged out of as he was going for that ball, but that, had he got it, that was the winning of the match.
Yeah.
Look at how well he got inside his match, and no, it's good defending. It's good defending. Give a credit to the Dublin guy for getting back.
So Dublin making a substitution as Aaron Byrne is on to replace Brian Howard. 12 minutes on the clock now, 8 to go, and great play there from Jordan Flynn.
Yeah, good tackle from Jordan Flynn. Like we're 2 minutes into we're 2 minutes. God, I forgot to turn on the stopwatch.
Okay. We're 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the second half. of extra time. Mayo ahead by 3 points. Dublin now coming on the attack, and they're taking it forward.
Another turnover.
Wonderful turnover.
Now go forward, Tommy. Go forward, Tommy.
Good play there by Darren Cohen and Tommy Conroy now. And now it's Stephen
Cohen. Yeah.
Stephen.
And that's good play from Matty Ruan. He's
and
been
Matty has 4 Dublin around him.
Oh, referee.
It's going to be a free for Dublin.
Yeah, no, the players, in fairness to both sets of players, are exhausted. And now Dublin are going to try the long ball in, but Paddy Durkin has anticipated it.
Good man, Paddy.
Give it quickly out to the side. Now keep going forward.
A high tackle. A very high tackle there in the Mayo player.
Stay down. And the referee is over there like he's like a priest of benediction, the way the hands are coming up and down, or playing a piano on a bad night.
James Carr is the player. Is a high tackle on James Carr.
Yeah.
So what's the card going to be for the Dublin man in question? I think it's Paddy.
Paddy Small. It's nearly gone around all the Dublin forwards. The only one not to get a card is Kilkenny. And it's a yellow card.
A yellow. Well, he's looking. Some out yellow cards.
Yeah, and Sean Moffat is out there. I saw Sean Moffat with the Ballina hurlers last weekend when I was down watching Ballina play Turin in the hurling final, and he was out with his young son after the match kicking ball into the goals, and it was lovely to see.
Yeah.
But he's out there now and he's in no rush. He's down on top of poor, is it James Carr?
Yeah.
He's again doing the little hand shuffle to say things are maybe not great, and
it was a high tackle, a very high tackle. Did you hear the Mayo roars? It's eaten into the clock. It's Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. 4 minutes gone in the second half of extra time, but no doubt there'll be 2 or 3 added on now.
There'll be 2 or 3 added on. Yeah, there'll be 2 or 3 added on to here. But Mayo, Mayo have this game. Mayo have this game if they just can prevent, doing something stupid. James Carr has been taken off. Actually, he's been helped off the field, and as a result of that tackle,
James Durkin is coming on.
Now, if they can get the ball to James Durkin will run for Ireland.
Great engine,
like his twin brother Paddy. Not as big a man as Paddy. He's another great brother, Mark, who plays for the Castlebar Intermediates. An absolute credit. Great young fella.
And Paddy Small is off as well.
That's great play by Conor Loftus.
Yeah, tremendous play by Conor Loftus there underneath.
Great play by Conor Loftus.
Cusick stand, and Mayo now bringing around to Jordan Flynn now. To O'Hora. Mayo ahead by 3 points. 5 minutes gone, the second half of extra time. They spray it over now towards the Hogan stand side, towards Paddy Durkin. Paddy sells a dummy to Aaron Byrne.
Come on, look for the twin brother wherever he is and give it to him, because he can run for Ireland. He's fresh legs. But look at James McCarthy. There's no running left in him. There's no running left in a lot of those Dublin players. It looks to me they have said to themselves, we've done so much over the years, we don't have the energy there any longer.
Mayo just need to see the job out, not to make any mistakes. Keep going, keep doing the basics right.
Just don't do anything foolish with the ball now, lads.
Stephen Cohen gives it back to Matty Ruan. Mayo in possession on their own 45 metre line. Stevie gives it back to Robbie. And Robbie Henley now.
Yeah, but here's where the problem started. We got caught inside our own 13 metre line by overdoing the short play. That's good ball out now to Jordan Flynn. Now he has got to get forward. Give it quick.
Jordan Flynn takes a solo. Looks up, hops the ball.
Right now, Donoghue made a great run from there.
He said he opts to give it to Lee Keegan, and now it's with Ryan Donoghue just underneath the Cusick stand.
There's James. Or no, that's Darren Cohen, I think.
That's Darren Cohen, that runs for that one. And he's pushed, looks as if he was pushed out, but it's going to be a sideline ball over there for Dublin. Another substitute for Mayo now. It's
Brendan
Harrison.
My goodness
First time since 2019
that he's played a game.
Wonderful.
He has played so little club football, and he's coming in instead of
Diarmuid O'Connor.
Diarmuid has run his legs off at this stage.
He has.
He's run 3 marathons.
He really has.
All over the pitch.
Great to see Brendan Harrison out for so long for injuries. We said 2019, that All-Ireland semi-final was his last game for Mayo, and it's great to see him back for these final few moments.
Mayo 3 points ahead. Like when you think about it in the second half, Dublin have only managed 4 scores. Mayo is against that, have managed 13. I mean, it's an extraordinary turnaround. What a display. But I think the fresh energy that the subs brought into the team has helped, but it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. You can never write Dublin off. They're launching one in around the house into that full forward line. Dublin win it in there. Conor Lane is looking, and Mayo have won it back.
Lee Keegan.
It's Lee Keegan that has it.
And that's a white ball. That's a white ball, yeah. That's a right call. I go the way out of that when you call it given out to the referee or to the linesman. He punched the ball out of his hand. That's a Mayo ball all the way. We're not biased.
We're not well as Cormac Costello. So it's the kick out from Robbie Hindley. Mayo ahead by 3 points. In possession, inside our own 45-metre line now with Brendan Harrison, who was fouled and wins his free. Good man, Harry.
We have men loose here down this side if it gets to them.
We could do it a point for an insurance score.
Brian Walsh, look at Paddy, James Dorkin here is out here rather.
Well, we could do with an AIG insurance score, that's for sure. Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points, 18-11 on the clock.
Goodbye, Paddy.
Wonderful stuff there by Paddy Durkin. It was like something you see in the basketball court. The foot pass is causing a bit of trouble there for O'Hora, and Dublin have won it back, and Dublin are on the attack.
There's still life in them.
There's still life in them. They're not gone yet. They're still going. Dublin. McMahon.
Great tackle.
Wonderful tackle. Interception. Extraordinary stuff from Mayo.
That's great stuff. Well done, Ryan O'Donoghue. Up ya, by ya. And there's a Dublin player went in to kill him, and Ryan did a little triple toe loop, got around him. I think Davy Byrne did more harm to him than he did to O'Donoghue. He's gone into cramp, in fairness, but O'Donoghue's little triple toe loop as he spun there, beautiful,
absolutely beautiful.
Won the free kick. I think Lee Keegan is coming over to the sideline, is he?
He is, surely. You hear that roar again. Mayo, it's absolutely spectacular stuff. So many times we have failed to beat Dublin.
Yeah, they're bringing in Aidan O'Shea again.
Yeah, Aido's getting warmed up down there.
Yeah.
And
he's getting, I think, as much to waste the clock as anything. Great free in. Okay, he's been held, Brian Walsh has been held that time. I thought that was
he was been held, but the referee didn't do anything about it, and Dublin are on the attack. It's not over yet.
It's not over, folks.
Brian Finton, dangerous one in. It's cut back there, Keegan, Mayo, and it's Leroy. Good man, Lee Keegan gives it forward now to Jordan Flynn.
Jordan Flynn has done very well since he come in.
Darren Cohn now picks it up. Launch it out, Darren to Pádraig O'Hora.
Goodbye, Horwa.
Yeah,
he won that ball under pressure.
He did,
and you can see the resigned look on James or on James McCarthy there. The legs are heavy.
There's going to be 3 minutes of additional time at the end of the second period of extra time. It's Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. Aidan O'Shea is getting ready to be introduced.
Tommy Conroy is going further forward. Ryan O'Donoghue's coming all the way back to take a free kick on his own 45-metre line. And who can blame him? Just keep possession if you can, Ryan. Don't give it to a Dublin man, though.
No, and he has. It's gone straight to a Dublin man. It's gone straight to Davy B, and he's playing it forward now with Phil McMahon launching a dangerous one in around the house. It's there for a Dublin man. It's there for Cormac Costello.
Great save by Paddy Durkin.
It's gone out for 45. Paddy Durkin's white boot. Well, they should frame that boot in years to come.
Well, that time the high ball came in, folks. I'm finding it hard to explain things here. But it came in. It was won by a Dublin attacker. I think it was Kilkenny. He flicked it off. The left-footed kick was from the edge of the large rectangle. Paddy Durkin got his foot to it and put it out for a 45.
Aidan O'Shea is on for Darren Cohen.
Aidan O'Shea's gone back in his full back line. He's gone back on the line there. The 45-metre being taken. They'll lob it into the square because there's no point in it.
90 seconds of additional time to go. It's in around the square. Aidan O'Shea gets a hand to it.
It's a free out.
The Mayo man on the ground as well.
And there's another. And Philly's going to get a little bit of a card, and it'll be a colour red. And he's going over the performance coach for
Bohemians.
Or is he being given a card?
Conor Lane is calling them back. I think a black card for
Philly
Cormac Costello. It's a black card for Cormac Costello, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's happening everywhere.
James McCarthy. It's James McCarthy.
James McCarthy,
yeah.
but Philly McMahon is having words with Ryan O'Donoghue. Ryan will stand up to him and give him as good as he gets.
Absolutely. James Horn is urging Ryan to get up the field.
Yeah, and Robbie Henley's not he's not rushing it, shall we say.
We have less than a minute to go. It's Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. We're within touching distance of reaching the 2021 All-Ireland football final, but it's not over just yet. Is there a sting left? Great stuff there, won by Mayo's Inda Hessian, and Mayo have won a free around the middle of the park, and we'll take our time with this, lads. Take your time
and bring Robbie up.
Do bring him up.
But Robbie's stretching. Robbie's going to come up as from the halfway line, and if I were Robbie, I'd walk up. No, there's a Dublin man. I don't know. There's a Dublin man. The referee is out there, and he's spooking another Dublin man, I think. Sean Moffat is in there talking to the referee, asking for time to treat an injured player. He has all kinds of signals that the player needs.
Well, he has so many players in that book. He needs a fool's cap nearly to write them all in.
It's Tommy Conroy or number 19 that's down. It's in the Hessian that's down. And Mayo now have the ball out under Hill 16, just taking their time.
Yeah, playing it around now.
Playing it around.
O'Hora. And now it's with Ryan O'Donoghue. And Mayo 40 metres out from that Dublin goal. Playing it around, keeping the ball to try and ensure that we'll see the job out. And Dublin are out. Mayo are through to the All-Ireland Senior Football Final. 17 points to 14 after extra time. Absolutely sensational.
Woo! We came, we saw, we conquered. We bearded the line in their own den, and then we have slain it. We have to applaud Dublin. They were last defeated here before 81,500 people in August 2014 when Donegal beat them. But my God, the self-belief, the resilience, the passion was off scale in the second half. The intelligence with which they played that second period. But it was fitting. There is something appropriate that it was Mayo who beat them. They have clung to them over the years. They have pressed them. They have taken them to the brink, but that they have kicked them over the cliff.
We certainly have. Today is our day as the green and red of Mayo is blasted out across Croke Park. Wonderful stuff for all the Mayo people all over the world. We have had some tough days, some dark days, but my friends, ladies and gents, today is a good day. So put out your chest and beat your heart with pride. Today is a day for Mayo. We have defeated Dublin 17 points to 14, and we are through to the All-Ireland football final for 2021.
Oh, that was a marvellous day, I noticed James McCarthy going over and shaking hands with James Horn, shaking hands with Lee Keegan. You know, there's great mutual respect between the two sets of players. Aidan O'Shea and Kieran Kilkenny out there kind of just hugging each other at the moment. But it's nearly, as I said, fitting that it's Mayo who beat them, and deservedly beat them, because like we thought at half time, I wrote that, I rang my daughter Orla, who's a great judge of football, to see what she thought of it, and you know, we thought we had brought nothing to it. We weren't capable of raising our game. But the second period, the points that were vital to me were Conor Loftus's before half time, O'Donoghue's immediately after, but Henley's 3 points at critical stages were so important. But then in the period, the extra time, remember there was no score in the second period of extra time at all, but those 2 points from Conroy's and the one from O'Donoghue turned what I thought potentially a losing situation into a deserved winning one. And the man of the match, from what I can see, is Pádraig O'Hora. Well, maybe it's not, but he's been brought over to the interview area. And no, he's not. It's not him. It's Tommy Conroy who's got man. Is it Tommy Conroy's got man of the match?
Well, I'm just looking over there. Unbelievable stuff.
Tommy Conroy got man. I cannot see here. Like we're slightly obscured here.
It is Pádraig O'Hora. Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, different man there.
It's Tommy Conroy, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
And rightly so, because those two points that he got were just sensational. Mayo players are out there in the middle of the park at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely delirious and deservedly so, with pride and with joy. And you know, the thing about it is, like, it's 17-14 today that we beat them by. When we beat them in 2012 was 1916, the year of the Rising. Well, now, I told you at the beforehand that the letters 2021 as the day to beat them. Well, the last day was 2012.
You have me spooks. You're I
tell you, I'm lucky I'm still standing after this, and I'm still alive after it.
Well, absolutely incredible.
Oh dear God, that was some. Because let's be honest about it. Angelina's over there then, Sinead.
Angelina Nugent is here, and Sinead Stagg is still here as well, and there's Mayo supporters all around us. There's
absolutely overjoyed by this.
It's absolutely unbelievable scenes here, and you can see the roar of the Mayo support, the flags,
and what a difference it makes.
And the match point for
O'Hora. And for a man who left this pitch a couple of weeks ago, and we thought with broken ribs, and we thought that he wouldn't play again this year, and then I asked the fella in Ballinala Sunday, how was Swanee, and he said he's running, and he said it wasn't ribs, it was more breastbone, it was more chest that he got, and he found it difficult breathing. But jeez, he's made of hard stuff. I'll tell you what, he was brilliant there today. He was brilliant, he was controlled, he was disciplined, he was tough, he was just wonderful. But the whole lot of them, the way they performed in the second half, after a half where they grossly underperformed, the way they performed in the second half was excellent. But again, I go back to it. I think that those Henley, Keegan, O'Donoghue points were magnificent. And when you look at it this way, from the 35th minute on, Dublin only scored, I think, a total of 4 points. 4 points from the 35th minute on. You know, that's an extraordinary defensive display by Mayo. And when I mean defensive display, from number 15 back. Like, Ryan O'Donoghue to me was magnificent. Kevin McLaughlin, outstanding. Hession, when he came on, outstanding. O'Hora, Conroy scores, marvellous. And I'll tell you, let's just not get too far ahead of ourselves in this.
Yeah.
You know, we have another game to play to win the SAM.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to be easy.
And it's not straightforward. That semi-final, we don't know what's going to happen yet.
Well,
with Kerry and Tyrone, it may not... it may be later, and the final probably won't be the first weekend in September now.
Well, we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty, but that needs to be cleared up in the next 24 hours.
It does. It
needs to be cleared up.
There's wonderful scenes in front of us. I saw Ryan O'Donoghue getting a big hug from his mother as well. She's a proud Tyrone lady. She's a lovely character as well. And just see all the brothers hugging there, the O'Shea's.
I see James James Horn with his son out with him at the moment, his youngest son, and you know, it's just everybody is so pleased. They're coming off the pitch. I see at the moment it's number 19, I think it's Enda Hession coming off.
Wasn't he unbelievable? Young Enda Hession
going over to Enda Hession was outstanding today, I thought. Enda Hession, like, you know, again, a guy who wasn't the starting 15, played well. And you know, we often talk about our bench, but Harrison came on very, very late, made a great tackle on the far side. Hession made a great contribution. Brian Walsh did his bit. Jordan Flynn did some great things. You know, Darren Cohn, some great things. I thought, like, you know, if I'm honest about it, James Carr had a couple of good opportunities that he spurned. And when you think about it, like, we took it to extra time, but Mayo missed an awful lot of chances in the first half. Aidan missed 2, Ryan O'Donoghue missed 1, and we were just we were spooked in that first half. We didn't seem to have that confidence, that self-belief, and we weren't able to bring a running game to bear. A lot of it is credited to Dublin in the way they actually defended zonally and decisively. But as I said a couple of moments ago, it's so appropriate that it's Mayo who brought them from their perch. Dublin have been fantastic. 6 All-Irelands in a row.
Incredible.
It is just incredible, and we applaud them, we salute them, we respect them, we give them all the accolades that are possible to give to a losing team in sport. They have been great ambassadors for the game. They have played some of the most magnificent football, have been engaged in some of the most wonderful contests in this ground, and we have loved the way they have played. Today it was just a game too many. It was a game they have just, in a sense, kind of run the race, and that happens to every team.
And from a Mayo perspective, Martin, like, to lose Cillian O'Connor earlier in the year, to lose Oisin Mullen during the week, I mean, all of that, just incredible.
Oh, like, it was Mayo and it was Drukskale and it was just, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what gods are against us here? You know, And I genuinely thought we had a great chance if we had Oisín Mullen, and I really I believed we'd win it. But when Oisín word came through, I came in on Tuesday night. I went down to Ballycroy actually. I went down to Ballycroy, went through the Sandhills, and I came up on Tuesday night. Then I went to training with the club and came in, and I got a rumour, I heard a whisper in the park in Castlebar that Oisín Mullen was out, that he had torn the quad muscle. And when I heard that, oh dear God above, it was just so dispiriting. And I see James Horn giving a big hug there to Lee Keegan. Lee Keegan was here in 2012. Lee Keegan played in that game with Aidan O'Shea, Kevin McLaughlin, when they last beat Dublin in 2012. It's appropriate that he's out there in the pitch. Last to leave it. Yes. And it's just lovely to see. There's so many lovely little cameos out there in front of us at the moment. So many lovely little subplots. Yeah. And just to have a Mayo win for a change against Dublin. The 9th game we have played them in Championship football since 2012, and we have bookended it with a victory. We started in 2012 with a victory. We bookended it now with another one. Yeah. So my God, it's incredible, and it's totally deserved.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. I'm lost for words there. I really am.
I'm warped after that free kick from Robert Henley. I'm not the better of it. I know the father Robbie has a horse called Sheila, was running twice recently. I put €20 each way on the first day. It was still running at full time. But by God, the son today made up for it. Well, I wish I had €20 on him each way, getting 3 points. I think on some odds.
Well, I can judge by social media in front of us, and everyone across the world with Mayo blood. They're just absolutely overjoyed with this occasion. I see my phone ringing there. I thought I had some friends in Sri Lanka, but it's them phone scammers. Those phone scammers, Martin, they don't take a break.
They don't take a break at all in Sri Lanka. It's not great for the COVID, I hear. Well, so I wouldn't be. But you're looking out there on the pitch at the moment. You have Brendan Harrison back today for the first time since 2019. He's out there at the moment kicking football with his son and his daughter in the middle of the pitch, and there's a photographer thankfully out kind of taking shots from a distance. Yeah. It's beautiful. The pitch is empty, listeners. The wee daughter, I'd say she's about 2.5. I have a little grandson, Oisín, who's I'm basing this on. He's just over he's over 1. Mary will kill me that I don't know his exact age. But Brendan is out there with the son and daughter. The wee son is running after us. I want to see is he right foot or left foot. He knows how to dance sideways. Anyway, the wee daughter's got, I'll tell you,
she was going straight for the football.
But it's beautiful to watch. It's just beautiful to see, and the joy is just unsurpassed. It's beautiful.
And sport brings so much joy to all our lives. There's people now today, and they could be listening to us anywhere in the world, and they might be having the best days, but when you watch a game like that, even for a neutral, it was something spectacular.
It was spectacular. It was fantastic. But, as I said, it's an occasion to beat Dublin. It's an occasion to be those wonderful, wonderful ambassadors. Wonderful ambassadors for sport. But, it was so appropriate that it was us that did it. But for Mayo blood, for people with Mayo blood, to have experienced this today, and it's so great that there were people in the ground to see it, and you can see what it meant to them, to the players out there, when the roar is there to carry them. The roar is there to inspire them. The roar is there to take them that little bit extra when their bodies are just warped for nourishment. It was great to see. Wonderful. And that interaction between player and crowd today, by God, there might have only 24,000 here. You could have had a decibel level of 10 times that.
It was incredible. It really was. So, Martin, where to now? We don't know. It'll either be Kerry or Tyrone.
Well, it's down the road first of all. Drive down now. The mist, by the way, is just coming. Kerry or Tyrone is right, Michael D. And, there's a big decision to be made very quickly by the GAA in this. Very, very quickly. Mayo now are in the final. Mayo deserve to know inside the next 24 hours when they're playing the final and who they're playing it against. If they're going to be the kind of I suppose basically the ham and the sandwich. Yeah. If they're not given a very, very quick notice as to when the final will be and who it'll be. Like, I think myself that Tyrone are playing a little bit of brinkmanship here. They're looking to get a pushback. If you don't give us what we want, then we're going to kind of pull out, so to speak. Well, I think the GA need to meet tonight and make the decision tonight as Kerry are in the final. Kerry are in the final, or else the other semi-final goes ahead next Saturday, as was rearranged.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I know that the COVID virus certainly has been a problem for Tyrone. It was obviously in the Ulster final here. They were they were short of some very, very influential players and short their manager as well. But one way or the other, just certainly needs to be brought to the whole situation very, very quickly.
Well, that'll do it for the moment. You talk about Love Island during the week and all the drama and attention. I tell you one thing, excitement. You won't get it. Love Island isn't a patch on Croke Park here this evening. It was absolutely spectacular stuff. It was a wonderful game of football. Dublin were controlling matters in the first half, leading 10 points to 4. Mayo certainly gave one heck of a second half performance to bring this game to extra time. Robbie Hindley with that wonderful, wonderful strike to bring the game to extra time. Sean Bugler got the opening score in the first period of extra time after 40 seconds, but Mayo then responded with 4 on the trot, 2 from Tommy Conroy, 1 from Darren Cohn and 1 from Ryan O'Donoghue. There was no score in the second period, but Mayo saw the job done.
And they made use of the extra man.
They did.
They made use of the extra man on that stage, and they did drive forward. And the key thing too, actually, a small little thing it may have been, Paddy won the toss for extra time and went and played with the wind. I noticed that Paddy Durkin took over the role as captain, won the toss and played with the wind, and with the extra man and all of that, we actually kind of exploited that advantage. And the two scores in succession by Conroy, to me, were the key scores of the match, because they brought the game from a 1 point deficit to a 1 point advantage for Mayo in a very short space of time. It all of a sudden the fire had been lit long before that, but by Jesus it went to overburn after that. And Cohen's point then and Ryan O'Donoghue's score actually kind of sealed the matter. And by God, it was just a privilege to be here today and watch that.
It really was.
To witness it and to be able to kind of, shall we say, commentate on it.
Well, my voice, I feel like I could be part of the Dubliners or the Wolf Tones with the hoarse voice I have now. I could sing the Foggy Jew, Martin.
Foggy Jew, I don't know. I think I don't know at this stage. Could I sing anything? I'm supposed to, I'm a first tenor in the Mayo male voice choir, but I'll tell you, I'd sing nothing at the moment after that. I'm just absolutely shattered.
Well, it's a wonderful day for Mayo, a wonderful day for these tremendous group of players. They have knocked Dublin out of the All-Ireland Championship. That's Dublin's first championship defeat since 2014. Mayo's first championship win over Dublin since 2012. We're through to the All-Ireland final, but not without drama or excitement. In true Mayo fashion, they served up a cracker for us. After extra time, it is finished. Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 points. From Martin Carney and Michael D. McAndrew here in Croke Park, good night.